And we're back, guys. Fuel Up Podcast, episode 20?
It is 20, yes it is.
20, the big 2 featuring...
Once again.
You gonna remember my name this time?
I was going to say Giancarlo. Our friend Gino, he is back. Mr. Gino, why don't you introduce yourself again for the
Hey guys.
listeners?
Well,
And
thanks.
viewers now.
And viewers. Oh,
Second
yeah,
time
sure.
Gino's on the podcast, guys.
Camera 2?
Camera 2? Camera 1? We're good?
Camera 2?
Thanks for having me back, guys. I really appreciate you guys having me here.
Welcome back, man. Welcome back. It was...
It's been a while, actually.
even
It
back.
has.
You were the first guest, yes.
I was
He
the
was
first.
the first guest.
Yeah.
First guest, but we didn't have video.
No video,
right?
Yeah, just audio.
You always remember your first.
You popped the cherry.
So, like we were saying, your podcast, the first time you came, you didn't have the podcast, right?
No, I did not.
So tell us about this podcast, just so the viewers know what...
Actually, you guys actually influenced me to do that.
Oh, yeah?
Thanks to you, you guys actually
Oh,
made me start
shit,
wanting to do a
dude.
podcast. I don't know why. It's like, you know what? Okay, you guys can do one, but then you guys are helping the community. You guys are talking around, about certain things with certain people. So you guys want to get known. Not because I want to get known, but it's like, it becomes very helpful and very informatic there.
Yeah.
To people to talk about cars.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my podcast is all about audio video. It's really everything home theater related, TVs, speakers, sound systems, the whole thing, even in cars and whatever. So I kind of like to talk about, it's really the basics. It's called AV Basics, Audio Video Basics. It's just, I want everybody to know the basics of how to get started, what is everything, how does it entail to actually make a sound system, or how does it, not to make it, but really to set it up and everything. Yeah, so it's very like for the people who don't know nothing about it. Well, if you start listening to my podcast, maybe you'll get to know
I listen to them all, and it's very informative. Like if you don't know what you're talking about, it really gets into it, and it's good for people that really don't know, because you don't know these things if you never look into it. And you have a podcast that just tells you everything, instead of you having to do your research, Google everything.
Well,
takes you time, or even sometimes you read something on Google, you don't know if it's
exactly,
right. Or if it's,
exactly that.
Some people say this is better than that.
Yeah, because also on Google, a lot of people, what they write on articles is very biased opinion. You have to get a Yamaha, or you have to get Onkyo.
It could even be people that are influenced by sponsors.
Or there's even those people that say, Pioneer is the best for everything. No.
Well, they're good, but
for certain things, you just don't always have to go for a brand.
It's like anything else, like car parts, same thing.
But also a lot of people, when they go, let's say, to Best Buy or whatever, the guy that's trying to sell them on a product, there's the guy knows that if he sells them this one, he's gonna make.
Of course, yeah, but don't forget he has pressure behind him that are
for sure,
people,
big box retailers.
That's
right,
sure. Yeah, they're pushing.
Best Buy only has let's say Onkyo, Pioneer.
No, they have their.
They have some good stuff.
3 or 4 brands. Don't they have 3 or 4 brands?
DC receivers, they have some good ones. I've seen some pretty.
There's, I would
ones.
say, there's Denon, Pioneer, Yamaha.
They have
a lot. They have pretty much a selection.
True.
And even Best Buy, they have the online stores. So if you want to order something specific, you just have to go in the store. They don't have them inside the store, but the online store is pretty much.
They also have a lot of those in the box ready ones there.
What do you mean the box?
The
all-in-ones.
All-in-ones. I think I took a picture and I sent it to Gino when I first was buying the house.
Don't even buy that.
It's okay. It's okay if you have a small setup. You're in an apartment or something. You don't want something too crazy. Like when I had it in my bedroom, I had one that was all in a box. It was a Blu-ray with speakers.
In your bedroom?
In my bedroom.
Yeah, but in your room it's okay, right? On your bed it's fine. I
just thought a bit more sound, coming from around, because sound bars, they're okay. Sound bars. They're not.
It's funny you bring that up. I have a question for you after that.
And I told him to save it for you. He even called me to ask me. I'm like, no. You're keeping this for Gino.
It's okay.
But sound bars, I find it's more like if you have a small area and you don't have a lot of space.
Okay, since you brought it up, I'll
just
ask you right now.
Sound bars, go
off the bat.
Okay, so I have a 5.1 system in my den office area or whatever.
Okay, like this, 5.1.
Like this, just like a closed off wall.
A closed off
wall.
Okay,
my computer
but separate
in there.
speakers. 5.1, you're saying 7 speakers, right?
No, so 5 speakers in a sub.
Right, that's right. That's a 0.1, what it stands for.
Yeah, exactly. So 0.1 is a sub.
Okay.
Exactly. It doesn't work anymore.
But what, everything, the speakers are fried, or it's the receiver?
It's not that. I think because this is it's like an inbox, technically it's a computer speaker.
So which one is it?
Like a Logitech or something?
The Logitech,
Okay.
the Z906.
Right, so you plug everything to your subwoofer, right? Is that how it goes?
Exactly,
Okay.
but I think the subwoofer,
panel.
the
amp would go?
The amp or the capacitors inside,
Right.
when they fill up, because the capacitor, it fills up with energy, right?
Right,
It's like a battery.
That's your power.
So when it fills up, I think it shorts. There's something wrong with the capacitors.
But you still
inside.
get power?
you get power for like an hour. It could be an hour. It could be 3 days. But after like I'm watching something and the whole system just cuts off.
Down.
Yeah, instantly. So I tried taking it apart. I opened the subwoofer and everything. I'm looking inside, but everything is like covered in black like goo, because they don't want you to tinker with the subwoofer.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna take it off, clip off the capacitors, and solder on new ones. Like I've done it in school. Like I know how to like put on capacitors. So I'm like, I'll just fix it. Whatever. You take it off and you look at it. You're like, it's all covered in black.
It's like a shrink tube.
No, it's like electrical, paste, exactly, and it hardens, and like there's no way of like, only way to do it is chip it off,
buy a new one, rip out, unsolder it.
So I need to change my system now. It's been a couple of months, and like I don't know what to get, and I was looking at soundbars,
right?
Because I don't want to have wires running all over the floor like I have right now.
That's the biggest issue with speakers sometimes.
So I'm looking at soundbars, and there's some of them for $200, and there's some of them for like $1,200, $1,500, $2Gs.
Yeah,
and I'm like, what the heck? I'm sure the one of 2,000 is obviously better than the ones of $200.
Very curious for his opinion on this.
So you're looking for a soundbar because you want one.
I'm not looking for a soundbar.
He's asking. I know,
but is it worth spending
exactly
$1,500 on a soundbar? I don't think so. No.
I don't mind like getting a crazy system like $800, $900.
You can bring it with you. Those systems are good because
or
you what's it called? You future-proof it so that you could always build more. You know what I mean?
But if I'm gonna do it now and I could keep it for 10 whatever year, like I'm sure sound systems they could last
forever.
Yeah,
as long as you take care of them, they last forever.
I would get like a 7.1 receiver, so in the future you're ready to go.
But he's saying it all depends on what you're using for your computer or using it for your TV.
No, my computer have another sound system.
That's
for my computer.
That's separate. Okay, so this is more for couch watching TV in the living room.
Exactly.
And he likes to watch.
I love watching
loud, and he likes that shit.
I love that shit. Like scary movies and stuff.
That's it. I told you.
That's it. It's not worth it.
It's not worth it. Is because it's all personal preference. It's all personal. But the way you're describing me how you like to watch TV and how you like to watch movies, out of a soundbar you won't get the same experience. Don't forget they're preamp those things.
Yeah.
They're like they can only go to a certain volume. So once you're cranking it
to the max.
Okay, let's say you're living in a condo or your apartment, you don't have to crank that loud. It's gonna do the job. Good enough to replicate a 5.1, but you don't have to get up into the higher.
Am I gonna hear the audio from the back though? Not that much, eh? It's still gonna sound like it's coming from the front.
Because what they do is that it tries to reflect the 5.1. So what happens? The speakers are placed in certain angles where the sound bounces off the wall to get to you. Okay. So before it gets to the back, the 7.1s or the 5. Some of them have the bar plus two little separate speakers.
Bar?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. I didn't know that.
Well, there's the Atmos. Even have Atmos things that have speakers on top.
Oh yeah, that I've seen. That I've
ceiling.
Seen. Yeah.
But some of them will have separate speakers that
like
go in the back.
wireless ones you could put in the back.
Yeah, wireless ones that go in the back. So, but you'll pay obviously the top dollar for that kind of thing. So yeah.
I was looking at like Sonos.
Separately.
I mean, Sonos to me is Apple. They're not amazing, but it's Apple.
You're right. Yeah,
it's a good product.
The way what's it called?
It's easy to use.
They promote it exactly. Their promotion is just like
It's a bit more complicated to use because there's a whole procedure, but it's like it still is.
The ecosystem.
It's amazing. It's like Apple. If you're an Apple product kind of guy, you're gonna like Sonos because Sonos caters to only Sonos people. There's nothing you can Nah, it's literally an Apple product. It's not the same company, obviously not, but it's like Apple. You buy Apple, you have to buy this wire. It's Apple.
So it's one of those.
Sonos, you have to go buy their wire. You have to go. Yeah, it's always you can't go fix it. It's Sonos.
Sonos. The only thing I've ever heard or listened to was
is that single speaker.
That single speaker. Like
I know, but now they have
loud. Amazing.
Yeah, it gets loud.
What the hell?
Loud.
They're actually. I'm not saying they're bad. It's just that you pay more expensive for the brand name.
It's proprietary, like very. Exactly. Like the connector only works on Sonos.
That's pretty much it. But it's more of a speaker thing. But that's why I don't recommend. I recommend you go separates.
But is it one of the top? Let's say like.
It's not the top. It's up there. It's pretty high, but it's have to rate it between 1 and 5 as a top 5. I would rate it 3 or something because you can.
It's true. You're right, man. It is like Apple the way they make their advertisements.
Everything.
There's even a crazy JBL. Soundbar.
JBL is known for power. See, every company has their certain strong points, their strengths. Yeah,
it's like cars. It's so funny.
It is like pretty much like cars. Right. Everybody has their own like. Klipsch is known for being loud.
I love
loud,
but quality.
Not too much quality. No,
it's not. Isn't it not higher end?
well, they're higher end.
No, not higher end price. I mean,
Sound.
yeah, not the highs. It's not. They're not known for their highs. They're known for more for the mids and the lows.
They're no ear piercing highs.
Oh, it is. Okay,
yeah,
so
it's
it's
the
that.
highs.
Okay.
The
I remember
horns.
hearing someone tell me
It's
that.
'cause the tweeters are horn loaded, meaning they look like actual horn.
Yeah.
It's not a tweeter.
They're orange, right? And they're very cone shaped.
That's the woofer. I'm talking about the actual tweeter, where the highs come out.
Yeah.
And that's that piece there. It's horn loaded. Like tweeter, sometimes you just see a little
Small,
ball.
yeah.
Circle.
This is like a tweeter inside, but it's horn. It's like looks like an actual horn. So when the
Inside,
sound
the way
comes
it's
out,
made?
the outside.
Okay,
like the
yeah,
way
it
the
comes like
speaker
this,
comes
right?
out. Yeah, it looks like
Exactly.
it's like this.
Yeah. Okay,
So
I've seen that.
when you get it loud, like it's if you don't like that kind of a sound, I do like it. I'm okay with it with my speakers at home because I'm a big Clips fanboy as well. But sometimes it can get
nice.
really
They look the best. Though,
it could be really ear piercing. Let's say when bullets are flying or something, it's okay. I have the lower end. I don't have the higher end. See, the higher end, they kind of tone it down because they put like a rubber in their cone. Like my center channel is the higher end of Clips. Yeah, it's an RP, the reference premiere, because the lower end is the R, which is the reference series. So my center channel is an RP 450C. So it has four woofers. But
that's your center channel,
just the
right?
center channel, yeah.
Because it's huge, no?
It's about it's like 3 feet.
Holy.
Yeah, it's a big. It's like 2 feet by 3-4 feet.
Okay,
Yeah,
they're big.
it's huge.
Yeah.
But it's made for, because what happens, I tell a lot of people that most of your sound is coming from your front stage, your left, center, and your right.
Yes,
so
the
front,
3 main ones.
The 3 main ones. But all the voices and everything comes out of that center channel. So if you don't have a good center channel and everything sounds muffled, you're not really enjoying anything, because most of the time you're doing like
trying to hear. And that's the problem with Logitech.
My center channel is very strong. Like I hear it.
If that's a good thing, but you want to spend more money like on that part. Like my speakers, both
I
of
would
my
like
speakers
it bigger though, because I find like
it doesn't have to be big.
This big.
It doesn't have to be big, as long as it sounds good. Like SVS, one of the top brands quality. Their center channel is like maybe 2 feet, maybe
But it
max.
sounds ridiculous.
But it sounds mental. It sounds it's gorgeous. But like you see Clips, they're known for they're big and they want to be
they're bulky.
Yeah, they're bulky.
They're not
see, it's very Americanized, very American.
It's true. Yeah.
It's
Are they
very
made in America?
Yes.
Well, did
Clips,
you ever see their towers?
except the
Yeah,
low
they're
end,
orange like wood.
Yeah,
so sick.
well, say the lower
copper
end they're made in
is
China,
the-
but the
good stuff.
is made in
in America.
where is it exactly?
It's American.
Yeah.
Okay,
American.
I didn't.
It's an American brand, yeah.
Clips.
It's
See,
American.
You wouldn't think it was.
No, because of the name of it, but
I
the
thought
guy,
it was like German
the
or-
designer, he is that. That's
Okay.
why.
Okay.
That's why it
So
sounds like.
sound bar is out of the question.
It's not out of the question, but it's up to you. I would tell you to go listen to a sound bar, but you won't get the full experience that you're expecting.
I used to have it in my old house before we moved. We had a sound bar, and I don't know, like the room was smaller though. So I know like smaller rooms you could benefit.
Yeah, smaller. Yeah, a lot.
From a sound bar?
like a bedroom. Let's say a bedroom. A sound
Yeah,
bar would sound
yeah.
very good.
But now like
As soon as you open
then-
it up a bit, well, you kind of need more power to throw the sound to
Yeah.
hit off the walls. Don't forget, now the sound's not traveling linear anymore. It's traveling, like off
More like
walls.
angled like this.
Yeah, because the 5.1 has to, like the speakers are set at a certain distance from each other and angled at a certain way for it to bounce off the ceiling, let's say the Atmos or whatever. Like even single speakers, people can't put speakers in their ceilings because there's cement or whatever. So they have to get speakers that are on an angle that bounce off the walls
And come
to
back
give you
down.
that effect of being in the Atmos, let's say the genre
I've
of sound.
heard
And if no one understands, what is Atmos? Just in case if people that are
Well,
listening don't know what
Atmos,
Atmos
if you hear it
is.
like I heard it like once properly in someone's house, I was like,
But what is it?
What is Atmos?
Yeah, I want him to.
It's not it's a term they use. It's their overhead.
whole,
it's
like-
atmospheric.
yeah, that's it.
So basically, you're getting sound from the
Everywhere.
top, right? Usually.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
It's not just from the. It's not just
No,
from the top.
it's a general term because Atmos is, like I said, you have to think of yourself as sitting in a sphere.
Okay.
In a sphere.
Like a cocoon, and everything is like.
And everything
On
you
you.
can put 200 speakers if you want in your house. Like when you go to a movie theater, there's not 5 speakers, 10
No,
speakers,
yeah.
7.1,
The whole room is
5.
covered.
Yeah.
There's like 50, and the new Dolby Atmos,
Movie theater.
IMAX enhanced,
Yeah,
whatever.
all that stuff.
Those things they're loaded with speakers. You can have 100 speakers in there. You can have 50 speakers because everywhere it's like take a beep or something and just bring it all the way around the room.
It's gonna sound
up and
different
down.
everywhere,
It's not gonna sound different, but you're gonna hear it. Let's say we listen to a TV or the speakers, whatever. You only have a left and right.
Yeah.
So whatever the sound goes to one side, well, one speaker's gonna play that side, and the other
Yeah.
speaker's gonna play that side, or it's gonna play in the middle. Let's say you have a 5.1. Well, from here, there's speaker left and right, center to the right. By the time you get to the middle, all you hear is this and this. Now, if you put a speaker in between both of the
You can hear
speakers,
in
you
the
can hear from there to there to there
okay,
to
so you
there.
hear it traveling,
You hear
basically.
it traveling.
It's like a bullet. You're.
Exactly, you can hear. Sometimes, okay, you, guys in the back left-hand corner, but you don't have a speaker there. Well, it's gonna play a bit half on that speaker. This is what Dolby Atmos does.
Okay.
Their chip, whenever it's recorded, even on the Blu-rays or whatever you buy, it's actually, sound engineered to be at a certain place on the.
I honestly thought. You see, that's why I'm asking. I honestly thought it was just meant the speakers from on top, like the
There is speakers
raindrop.
on top. Well,
Yes,
I know
but that's
we're
when you
coming
get
out
it to
of
the
the top,
Atmos. That's
yeah.
why it starts with the Atmos.
Okay,
Dolby Atmos
I honestly thought it was
means
just that.
It
But
gives
to
you
get
a
it-
bigger soundstage.
To have it Dolby Atmos certified,
Right.
like if you want to have your system certified, whatever, like Atmos ready,
Yeah.
there has to be speakers on top, I think. Is it not?
Or from the
You don't
top
have to.
speaker, no?
Yes, you. I have it at home. I have 4 on the ceiling.
Okay.
Four.
I have 4 on my ceiling.
It makes a difference, no?
Insane.
It's
it's
like
ridiculous.
until I heard it.
We have to go to his house and watch Saving Private
I
Ryan.
did.
That's the first
We're gonna
scene,
do like this.
full blast, and just sit down and just...
I mean, my friends were deaf when they came over. I did this. That's my test scene, right? Saving
love
Private
Saving
Ryan.
Private Ryan. The first scene?
Yeah, it's the first.
Oh, Private Ryan?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the first
it's the
scene
first
when
20
they're,
minutes.
they're going from the water there and
Yeah,
you
I've
see bullets
seen it.
flying.
It won awards for the best sound of that
true,
time.
for me,
So now it got
this
remastered into Dolby Atmos.
It sounds ridiculous.
So it's.
You could just remaster it. It doesn't have to be filmed in Dolby and
It's
like...
well, they filmed it when it came out in what 2000.
no,
I think.
I know. But I'm saying you're able to just...
95.
Add
They
in-
take it's like now they're doing like Scarface is out
Yeah.
on in 4K.
Blu-ray.
Okay.
It's on
So it's like the
4K
same
Blu-ray.
thing, you just,
They take the sound
render it,
and they expand the
yeah,
sound.
yeah. That's
That
crazy.
This is what it takes a bit of more time is because they take the sound that was recorded in
Yeah,
stereo.
the 90s or
Yeah,
the-
it was in
yeah,
stereo.
yeah.
There wasn't 5.1.
True, yeah, it was
So now they
probably
take the sound that whatever they see on the screen and they start bringing it to certain speakers. Like they tell you what speakers, what sound
that's
comes
how
out
it
of what
works.
speaker.
Okay.
That's how that sound gets traveled around your speakers. But the chips now, if you have a Dolby Atmos, it's a receiver, ready receiver, like you were saying, and you only have a 5.1, but it's recorded in like a Dolby Atmos track. Well, the speakers, the chip kind of like it knows the system has a 5.1. And it kind of tries to mimic the adjust to a
Okay.
Dolby Atmos kind of a sound. If you have, let's say you're watching a 5.1 track, let's say a regular Blu-ray has a 5.1. If you look on the box there, it says record
Yeah, they all say,
5.1
yeah,
Dolby,
Dolby,
Dolby Digital or DTSX, different
Yeah.
companies.
TSX is just a different...
It's a different company. It's a different company.
So why, let's say... Sorry, I don't want to cut you
Yeah.
off. But say on my receiver, there's options Dolby Digital, DTSX, and that. And why do they all sound different?
Why do they all sound? They don't all.
It's just-
They sound different because it's that company that's doing the
So it's just a
engineering of sound.
company- Okay, that's all it is.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like
that's it.
DTSX. There's some movies
That's
sound
what I
better
use.
to me in DTSX.
That's what I use
Yeah.
most of the time.
You don't
I
have to
find
use
you-
it. You just put on automatic and whatever it reads the signal as.
To make him like just look at my system. 'Cause I don't know.
Yeah, but it,
Yeah,
just
I'm learning
leave it
so
on
much right now.
automatic.
I'm freaking out.
It's automatic. Like when as soon as you put in the Blu-ray, it detects the whatever audio is on the disc. Like some Blu-rays,
even
they
know I
use
could do that.
DTSX audio
I didn't know
instead
I
of
could do
using
that.
Dolby Atmos.
I'm definitely doing
So
that.
don't have to choose everything
I just
every
leave
time.
it on DTSX. I always left it on that.
Leave it on
That's
automatic. If it reads Dolby Digital, it's
gonna
made to
see
be
that.
listened to in Dolby Digital.
Digital.
I wanna
you
maybe
know?
check it just
Because
to make
some do sound better. Like in the chip inside, it switches the chip inside to DTSX chip, and then that chip kind of tries to take the sound
Okay.
and put it into their own speakers configuration.
A lot, behind it if you think about it. Shit.
pretty
Like
crazy.
in that little thing. That, what it's
Yeah, I
doing.
know, and the chips like maybe this big. They're not that crazy.
It's
They're
like a
not that
processor of a
crazy.
computer, kind of.
Yeah, pretty much.
So what are you gonna
sound,
do?
No, I guess
I
soundboard
would
has
go.
a question.
I would go 5.1, especially if you're in a room.
Well, like
I would not go
either
soundbar.
way, a soundbar is probably gonna like. I'm not saying I'm gonna like buy a sound system of like 8Gs. Like it's not happening. Like
No.
for me, it's not worth the investment. But a soundbar, like an okay one, I guess, or like a good, it would be like $800, $900, right? To like get one.
at least that. But
Yeah.
with that kind of money, you
good
can do a good
You can do
5.1.
that's it.
You're
Yeah,
better off.
that's why, doing
Because if you're paying
5.1.
so much for that soundbar, it's overpriced. $800. I find for a soundbar,
It's just
man.
first of all, it's just aesthetically pleasing.
Yes,
It's
it's very
That's
simple.
one thing.
obvious.
It's very simple,
Yeah.
Like
clean.
if I would just, you wouldn't even see anything there.
That's right. It'd be just like a little thin. Looks
And
like
there's
it's
no
on your
wires,
TV.
Because the thing at the bottom there.
Well, the wires are still there.
Go in.
But in the
You
back
still
of
have to
the,
connect it.
the
Yeah,
cabinet.
but say you want to put it to your TV.
Yeah, but there's no wire running underneath the couch.
No,
and,
no, no.
like,
There's
yeah.
not. See, that's what
Yeah,
the issue that I had.
Here. Yeah.
A lot
There's
of
a
wires.
big issue that I had with wires. I have a 7.2.4 at home.
Okay.
Okay, so
What's the 0.4 stand for?
The-
0.4 is the Atmos. When you hit the
okay.
last digit, it's the Atmos. So
Okay.
2 subwoofers, I have 2
Yeah.
subwoofers, and 7 speakers on the floor. So I had a big issue with wires running to 7 speakers from the amplifier in the front.
Yeah.
So now I even got separate amplifiers. I got separate amplifiers to give more power to my speakers. So my receiver kind of doesn't take a beating.
Is it just like an amplifier by itself? It doesn't have like all the options of the other ones.
No, it's just
power,
it's
right?
literally turn on.
Like a regulator type thing.
It's not. No, it's a clean power.
It's just to send power.
It's just to give more power to the speaker.
But the receiver still controls.
The receiver still controls everything.
It's the main like
so you take a signal out of your
That's
amplifier
why,
and you put it to your audio video receiver. You take the signal coming out of there, you plug it into your amplifiers.
And the amplifier goes out
to the speakers, right? So instead of getting 100 and they say 130, 120 watts per channel, but when you're basing it on 11 channels, it's not the same power because the amplifier can throw out enough power
equal to all 11.
Equal to all, so instead of throwing out 120, you're maybe throwing out, I don't know, 80, 85, whatever it is. So even that's a strong amplifier because now you amplifiers, the more wattage you want in an amplifier, the more it's going to cost you.
Yeah, for sure. The more
it's power per dollar.
Yeah, 100%. It's like when you modify a car, same thing. The more horsepower you want, the more you have to cost.
Exactly, same exact thing. So then I through amplifiers that give out that exact 200 watts. You always want to overpower your speakers. You never want to underpower them.
So I'll be RMS.
You always want to overpower?
Always want to overpower. You want to try to, if you have 1,000 watts, you want to put it on the 50 watt speaker, well, it's fine.
Why? It's not going to blow?
Well, the speaker's going to take whatever it could take.
Yeah, the speaker.
Okay, so it's always like, let's say the speaker's at 80, it won't go more than 80.
What? Volume?
Watts,
speaker.
Whatever.
Well, yeah. First of all, you're not going to drive your speakers unless you want 1,000 watts per speaker and you have an 80 watt speaker and you want to crank it in the floor. Well, of course you're going to blow your speaker.
Okay, that's right.
But you can choose how much watts you want for your speaker.
Well, there's on the amplifiers there's
adjusting.
Yes, there's gain adjusting. So when you see it start clipping in red, well, you want to stop it there. You don't want to crank it all the time. So as soon as your speakers have distortion in them, stop.
Yeah.
But the amplifier knows that. It's going to give you a warning signal, like stop cranking these speakers, they're going to blow.
Shit.
I don't know.
I feel like I'm not using my.
And some amplifiers will shut off will have a power, not a surge power, whatever, but they'll cut it off. They'll stop the speaker from blowing. A surge protector, but for speakers. So always overpower, never underpower. Because when you're underpowering a speaker, the signal being sent to them, the power being sent to them is not enough. So you're always cranking the volume on the amplifier, but you're not hearing anything, so you're going to distort your speaker.
It's like when you bottleneck like a computer or something.
Yeah. You want to always have
crazy processor, but your graphics card is trash.
Yeah, so you're bottlenecking it. Exactly that.
And the video card is just like.
Or you have a crazy video card and you have like a computer.
No CPU, nothing.
So you see, it can't handle it. Same thing with speakers. But for you in this case, it's like I would go. Even if you GG stuff or your Facebook Marketplace an amplifier.
$800 you can get decent.
Very decent. Yeah. The speakers, yes. Like I must have spent, I don't know, here we go. If I'm looking at everything that I have, I'm close to 6,000-7,000 around that. But I decided to go that because first of all I'm
you like it,
It's your domain.
It's not my domain, but it's my thing. It's my passion. It's my hobby. I love sound.
Well, there you go.
I've been DJing since I was a kid.
That's true,
slowly but surely you kind of get to understand what sound is. Even when I produce music,
quality too. It's nice to have.
It's quality and power, but first you have to think about quality.
You gotta have the ear for it though, because I don't know, just some people I'll be listening to something and I'm like, oh my god, it sounds a bit off, and people are like, what? And you don't hear that, it's bothering me that it's not at the 320 kbp, whatever,
it's not the right bits. Some people don't give a shit. Some people really don't care.
But it's just you have to have an ear for it too.
Of course.
I know that you're obsessed with audio.
I can hear the difference.
This guy will not buy a car without an upgraded sound system. Yeah. Like me too. The same thing.
I can't buy a car with the stock sound system. It bothers me, man. It's
I know.
When he told me that he wanted those soundboard, I was like, no. You have to speak to Gino with this. I go, it doesn't make sense. Yeah. You're gonna freak out. It's just not. You're gonna be like, fuck.
I'm sure the soundboard's not gonna be trash.
It's not gonna be trash, but I'm saying you have to spend money. You don't go out there and go buy a $200 soundbar.
The Samsung one in the box there.
Yeah, don't go do that.
Box
you're really gonna hate yourself after.
They're okay. For what he said, like he said, a bedroom, a small
bedroom
room,
or something.
Someone who doesn't care wants a bit more sound than.
But you're watching a horror movie. First of all, you need LFE. You need subwoofers.
Yeah, for sure.
Some soundbars come with subwoofers, but they're not really the best quality.
They're
wireless,
and they're this big, they're not that.
Yeah.
Like I said, I find
a 6-8-inch sub is like 12-inch or a 10-inch sub.
I started with 8 and I ended up with 12s, and now I want 15s.
You have to tell me how big mine is. That thing is it's too strong.
It's
Well, I put it super low because you saw it. It shakes and moves. It starts to move around.
I know that's because there's no air passing. It's a sealed box.
Yes.
So the sealed boxes, there's no air coming out of them, so that's why they move. If either that or you put it on top of a rubber mat. A little rubber mat.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Move.
So there's be like an air hole right in the side of it.
That's ported. There's ported and there's sealed. It's like subwoofers for a car.
And what's the difference?
Same thing. What's
So
the
I know,
difference?
yeah. That's so.
Mostly, it depends what kind of music you listen to. Like most of the time, it comes to music or a deeper basis sometimes.
Deeper bass is closed.
Open.
Open? Oh,
Yeah, let's say listen to
okay.
hip hop. You kind of want a ported box.
Yeah,
because it hits those
that's
low
what- that's what I
frequencies.
would think.
So you want more
You want to feel
wobble.
it, no?
Yeah.
That's it.
But you listen to club music or whatever dance music, you want to snap.
They're all closed to subwoofers at a club. They don't have open.
Well, depends.
ported subs,
Well,
from what I've
look,
realized.
every
anyways.
club is different. I'm not talking about every club is
Yeah.
different. The only reason they maybe not do that because the cleats are close and they want
So you
to
want
push
air
to
inside
fly out.
or whatever.
Crisper
They
sound,
cracked
you
this
think?
air flying out of the sub.
A tighter sound. You want a
Exactly.
tighter bass,
Okay.
you go for a sealed speaker.
Oh, yeah.
You want a more open.
And for movies, you would
For movies,
suggest-
I would go ported because there's a lot of different
It's
sounds
different,
in a movie.
exactly, a
You
lot
know,
different.
let's say like you're watching a scary movie. It's like a lot of like low LFE,
Yeah, like very-
low frequency effects.
Yes.
It's all that. So it's all bass. So you want a ported
Sub.
the sub.
I'd say that
yeah.
ported is more all around. Like it's good for.
Because
more
movies, there's
creative.
everything in movies. Think about it.
Exactly,
And in
yeah.
a car, when you listen to music, it's like one style of music, another kind of music,
Yeah,
whatever. You can
yeah.
get away with anything. When it comes down to a movie where there's
Different
classical,
sounds.
there's
Yeah,
shots,
yeah.
there's whatever the case is.
That's the better,
You know, you want to get like you're watching like a drama or something. You know,
Yeah.
there's more of those little, you know,
Yeah,
whatever. It's like
Yeah.
softer. You want to rely more on your speakers than
Yeah.
a subwoofer. Like you don't even need a subwoofer.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
watching
okay.
like a sitcom or something, you know. But when it comes down
True,
to like an
yeah.
action movie or a scary movie or a thriller or something, you want to have that full effect. So
you need-
subwoofers come into play with that a lot.
Even sports, man. I find
Sports, yeah. When you know what? Okay, but watching sports, it's always TV quality, right? We're not.
That's the thing is that you never get your.
You can never.
get
I
that
can never.
4K.
Even
You
with
never
like
get
the Bell and
1080.
stuff.
You don't
and-
get.
What,
Because
because
Bell, what's it called?
It's-
Sportsnet 4K.
You can- that's
It's
nothing.
garbage. It looks like 10K.
why? Because the
like-
audio is compressed from when it was
Yeah.
recorded.
yeah. Plus, what happens is
Then me and Gino we live in the same area. All these people are all watching at the same time.
And all feeding off the
What
same
happened to Game
cable.
of Thrones when you were here to watch it that night,
Yeah.
the finale? Did you remember? We even texted each other. Game of Thrones.
yeah, I couldn't see shit.
I go, what was that? I go, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, I
I go,
know.
I don't know what happened.
Too many people feeding off the
Yeah,
cable,
that's it.
off the line of the bell.
Not that. That's if your internet connection is strong or whatever. But it comes down to the actual box itself.
Can't put out.
It's not that it can't put out. It has the 4K capabilities. But I'm saying when you're shooting, like you guys are saying, that it's the channels coming in and everybody's feeding off the same feed.
And
That's
especially
it. Like,
You know, how do you want to give a 4K quality feed when it's spread up
there's
on its
30
like,
They
million
would have
people
to
watching
for
off the
each
same
person,
line.
or like
yeah,
for
it's
almost like.
then it comes down to like through the
months.
internet when you're say people are streaming or whatever on those like illegal
Yeah.
illegal sites.
Yeah.
You know, when everybody's plugged on, you want to watch the UFC. One guy streaming it from his server at home on his computer,
Yeah.
and there's like 2 million people that are trying to tack
it's gonna
onto his
cut,
thing.
for
How do you
sure.
want
No
it
matter
to,
how
like,
fast your internet
no.
is.
The bitrate has to drop a lot significantly
Yeah.
for him to
Be able to feed out.
So instead of having it,
You see,
200
but
gig
that
file,
you don't
it's like-
complain because it's illegal. And you
Yeah,
have
I
to
know.
see the other shit you're
Yeah,
paying for, and you're like, what
exactly.
the hell?
Yeah,
It's
like
almost
what?
as crazy.
Yeah.
It's illegal shit.
100%.
I
So
know.
like when it comes down to the boxes of even these like
Pre-made the.
no, the Bell 4K boxes. let's
Okay,
say.
you mean that, okay,
yeah,
yeah.
the sound. I don't know if you noticed, but when you're playing with the volume, there's a Bell volume as well.
Yeah.
Like you know, you see the Bell
Yeah,
volume
yeah,
go
on
up.
the side, yeah,
there's
yeah.
an amplifier inside that box, and that chip, the codes, the Dolby Digital only. So even the signal being sent, so the signal comes in through there
Yeah.
from outside, whatever. That thing decodes it and it sends it to your amplifier. So it's like it's getting decoded twice.
So you're
And there's an
losing and
amplifier
losing.
on top of the.
So you're losing
Keep
quality.
losing every
Yeah,
time.
you just keep on losing every time. It's like a degrading
Oh
sound,
my
like
God.
nonstop. That's why that Bell things don't really do it for me. It has, if you go into the option settings, it
Yeah,
has
I've
the
done that. Remember
surround
you told
sound,
me, yeah, you
stereo
told me.
or surround sound. But it's not strong enough. Like you can't go any louder than what it gives you. Like watching Game of Thrones, that third episode, what's it called? The long night there.
Yeah, the long night there.
Yeah, that's a sick episode.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
but
a
you
sick
didn't see
episode.
that.
I didn't
You
see
rewatched
nothing.
it.
The
Yeah, I know, I
quality
watched
was
it.
I remember
garbage.
texting him. I go, what happened? We're freaking out. 'cause
Yeah, I remember.
big Game
I
of
was here. I
Thrones
was here. I
fans.
saw it.
And I was throwing the volume up, but I couldn't get any louder. My amplifier was in the tapis, like they say in French, was floored. I couldn't
Mine-
crank it anymore. And for my sound system to be at like a 92 volume and I barely hear
It was
stuff,
at 80 something.
it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
What?
Remember I was
Yeah,
freaking out? I was like, what the
It
hell?
looks
I
like
put it at
trash. The
80, yo,
episode.
the
It looks like
high
trash. You
sound.
can't
And
say
the sound
anything.
completely trash. Everything
Yeah.
was trash. I didn't enjoy that episode.
But now if you rewatch it,
if I rewatch it off the
on,
Blu-ray
on,
or
on
download,
HBO, or
HBO,
something?
not even I can't
No,
watch
not
HBO.
even HBO.
Unless you have the streaming app.
Yeah, the streaming.
If you have the streaming app, yes, because it just goes to your amplifier. It's still not the same quality.
It's still not the 100%,
Streaming and
yeah.
actual physical disc,
That's
like
two
I mentioned in my podcast,
Yeah.
there's a big sound difference. Really big sound
You
difference.
have the Game of Thrones on disc?
I have the first season in 4K. So the first season came out in
Same,
4K,
must be great.
and the last season came out in 4K.
You have the
Dolby
last
too?
season?
They haven't finished because they came out with the 8 after they finished the first one.
I didn't know that.
So they released the last season in 4K, but they haven't released like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever.
Shit, I didn't know that they did only the first.
Yeah.
I thought they
But
had
no,
them
they're
all
gonna do all of them. So they started with the one to remaster it.
Yeah.
There's still a lot of 4K remastering because the first seasons they were all in 1080p. You can buy them on Blu-ray.
They came out in 2010, the first one.
Well,
I don't remember.
Probably
I started
before
watching Game of Thrones maybe
years. Me
2
too,
years ago.
I
started watching it late,
me too,
like
around
after all the
the same time,
seasons.
yeah.
A lot of people started watching it from the beginning.
Yeah.
I really wasn't into it.
Well,
Well, you can
Google it.
Google it. You guys have 2 computers
I
in
don't
front
want
of
to.
you.
I don't want to use this one. This is no recording. Last time we did that, something. But anyways, yeah.
So the remastering takes a long time because you're taking
I didn't know that.
it's easier because it's a higher quality feed. Obviously, you're taking a 1080p Blu-ray, and remastering it to 4K. You're taking a 5.1 recorded sound and expanding it. It's not too bad. Like
2011.
That's it.
yeah, so it's not that far.
Yeah, it's not that old. It's not like.
If you're taking a DVD and remastering a DVD into 4K, well.
Almost take
It was like when
But they still had the 5.1. They still had that 5.1 on DVD. The quality
Yeah,
picture
true.
wasn't
Yeah,
the
Well,
best.
look, I bought Scarface not on 4K, but I got it on Blu-ray. This is probably like a couple of years ago
Yeah.
when Blu-ray was still like, well, it's still pretty popular now.
It still
but-
is. Well, they still have DVDs.
Yeah.
If people can afford the 4Ks, that you're paying $35 a
Yeah, it's disc.
I know.
But with the 4K, you get the Blu-ray and you get
Regular.
the 4K. Yeah, so it's like a 2-in-1 deal.
It's still
But
paying
yeah.
35
there's
bucks.
different price ranges.
I bought the Blu-ray one. I have a 4K TV, and I'm playing it, and you could see that it was remastered because you look at their face, and like it's not
It's like
like
filtered.
you think a 2019 or 2018 or even 2020 like not 4K but Blu-ray movie.
Oh yeah, because it's recorded in that quality.
That's
So
it.
you see like the not the
The
pixels,
fi-
but
yeah,
the,
but like very like
grainy.
well,
It's grainy.
Yes,
It's
exactly.
grainy.
the word I was
Yeah.
looking for.
Yeah.
Oh.
And you see it a lot.
Yeah, I know.
Obviously, the movie was filmed 40 years ago, so it's fine. I get that
you
part,
can't,
but
it's grainy for sure.
I wonder how
know
the
what you
4K
mean.
one is compared to the Blu-ray. Is pretty clear, man. Like,
What happens is
goddamn.
you're watching a 1080p on a 4K TV.
Yeah,
So there's the upscale.
upscaling. Yes.
There's the upscaling.
Yes.
So the upscaling does enhance the image quality.
Yeah.
And significantly too.
Even when you're watching 1080p,
If you're watching a 1080p
1080p on a
feed,
4K TV,
it's gonna upscale
upscales.
it.
oh yeah, I know
Yeah,
that.
It's a full
Whatever,
4K
we
though.
should-
You don't even get a full 4K.
It's
No,
not
you
a
won't
full
get a
4K.
real one, yeah.
No, you won't
No.
get a full 4K. But the
2K.
quality is like if you
It's
put a
good.
1080p feed and on a regular 1080 TV and put it at 4K.
I didn't know that. I thought it was also gonna be 1080p.
There's a big
If it's 1080p, it's 1080p.
It's
I
gonna
thought.
be a 1080p yeah, but it's
But
gonna
it's
be
a bit
upscaled.
crisper,
Yeah,
okay.
it's gonna be
A bit
crisper
nicer, yeah,
because
okay.
the TV is portraying is changing the
The panel is 4K.
panel is 4K, so you get the colors that are a bit more enhanced.
Yeah, like the whites are bright. And
Yeah.
New
the
4K
greens are
TVs,
really
the
bright.
HDRs, 4K HDR TVs.
Yeah, but those are that's why
OLEDs,
I have
OLEDs.
I have an OLED. I have the LG the C9.
The blacks are like
With a QLED.
When the TV's black, it's a
Yeah.
black screen.
it looks like you're looking at ink.
It's black.
It's
No, it's
crazy.
black. It's
Yeah,
just the TV's
it's like
completely
solid
black.
black.
There's no white. There's no bleeding. There's no
is,
gray. Nothing.
what's it called? That's called what now?
What?
What you just said. The blacks. I just freaking blanked out.
Uniformity.
OLED, right?
Oh yes,
OLED,
yeah.
Now, what's QLED is just Samsung's version of it? or-
It's a mix of both.
oh yeah.
But QLED is
quantum-
Samsung's version. It's quantum
Okay.
dot technology.
That's
It acts,
That's it, 'cause
but there's
I
still
heard-
an LED. It's still
Okay,
LED.
it's not like,
it's
OLED.
not. No, it's not.
So is
It's
OLED
better than an LED TV, but it's under an OLED.
OLED is organic light, whatever, right?
Emitting diode. Yes.
Yeah.
But OLED, is it only LG that has it, or is everyone
they'll
that has
have
it?
it.
Okay, that's
No,
what I'm asking.
they
you.
have their own versions of it.
Okay, so OLED is just OLED, and then after LG has their own OLED.
Yeah, it's like they all put their own filters on it.
Well,
and stuff,
they call it
whatever.
because Samsung can't call it an OLED because LG came out with the LG OLED TV. So
call
now
it
it's an
QLED.
OLED panel, like like Samsung. They have their
yeah.
they have their OLED is a general term, but they just call it different things.
Okay.
Like Sony now, they came
It's
out.
a
they have their
marketing
own- It's a
thing.
marketing thing, yeah.
So Sony has their own one too now.
But they don't want to call it like an OLED. But LG is so far the best for the OLEDs.
Oh, yeah?
They're top of the
I
line.
like Sony TVs, man. You
Me
see
too. The
good
Sony
on them.
TVs have nice colors.
See, once again, it goes down
it's
to
warm though. It's a
first
warm
of all,
color. It's not.
Yeah,
a,
what
it's
you
not
like
a-
to see.
What you like you say, it's price point. That's one thing.
Yeah.
You get when
No,
you
but
buy,
say you take the price out of the question.
Well,
you
then
can't
forget
because
it.
then
Then
if you
forget
take
it.
price out of the question, if you're
$10,000
watching
TV.
sports 3/4 of the time, yeah, you go with a Sony TV.
Why?
Their motion handling is
It's not
above
better. I was told Samsung's better for sports
Samsung.
Yeah.
They're getting close.
because apparently they're not because it's they say that the panel is like more. This is what I was told. Sony was more for movies and shit, and Samsung was more for like.
No, I would go with a
video
Sony.
games
I
and
would
shit.
go with a Sony. Their
Yeah?
motion handling is almost flawless. Sony,
Wait, I turned that shit
Samsung is
off. I
second.
turned all that shit off.
I'm not watching sports.
Really? You turned it on?
Always.
What?
Like motion blur.
When you're watching a
I
hockey,
turn it. I never have anything on. I want it all off. I hate that shit.
when you're watching a soccer game or a hockey game,
Yeah.
you want to watch it live. It's like it's live. So the closest to live you're gonna have as on a sports
So you're
channel
telling
or
me to put on
whatever.
this motion.
Always, when you're watching a sports channel, put it at its max. Always at its max.
What?
They want to make it look real life. When you go to a hockey game, you think they use blurry when they
Yeah, but I hate
players
like
class.
because I just only seen it in movies and shit. In movies, I find it looks fake. The person
Yeah.
is floating.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I hate
of
that.
course.
In movies, I hate it.
It's just because
Really?
it's like they're acting in front of you.
Yeah.
That sucks.
No, it looks weird. I don't know.
I like it. I put it on a setting
It
where
looks
it's
fake, I
where it's
find.
not fake, but it's not blurry.
Yo, I have it off, man.
Let me tell you.
have it
I
on.
personally like a bit of that realism
On a
in a
hockey
movie.
game. In a movie.
In a
okay.
movie, a hockey game, it's always on. Guaranteed, it's always on because you want it to be.
I almost had it off. I'm
You thought
freaking
it
out.
off.
Okay,
Me
but
and him both-
just look at a soccer game.
gonna do it.
With it off, and look at a soccer game with it on. It's so much more smooth and clear. Because when you're watching a soccer game, everything wants to be realistic. Soccer is realistic. Movies are not realistic.
No, yeah.
So if you see a car floating in the air and it looks like it's fake, well, it's not like that's stupid.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like if you want to watch actors act in a theater or something,
Yeah.
on a Broadway play, well, you want it to be live. You don't want it to be fake.
Fake. I got
Yeah.
you.
That's the only thing. But Sony's are up there. But I have it at a setting, like I said, that it's a bit of half and half.
It's a middle ground.
It's a middle ground between.
Well, you want that because you don't want to. It's not like you're only watching.
Well,
movies.
what you really want is how the director in a movie or producer director intended you to see it.
For sure.
This is where Dolby
yeah.
Dolby Vision, the new Dolby Vision.
I didn't know what that is. I heard it, but I don't know what it is.
You know that it came out now, and like you can have either HDR or there's the Dolby Vision.
Okay.
And what's the
It's,
Dolby Vision?
It's a different kind of color palette. Say
Okay. Okay, yeah, HDR is
the
one.
scenes change, the colors in the scenes change according to the director and how he made you want to see that scene.
Oh, okay.
Oh shit.
Whereas HDR just brightens up all the colors.
I was gonna ask you.
whole
That's all it
movie,
does. It just brightens up
It
the
just
colors.
brightens up all the colors.
Okay, because I never know what I.
Yeah.
Dynamic range.
High dynamic range. It gives you a higher dynamic color palette. Say being
yeah.
a palette like this, well, the high dynamic range gives you a bigger palette, so you can see a lot more colors in a certain
And the
scene.
other one, it's for the way the director wanted to.
Yeah, it acts as a HDR, but it goes according to per scene of the movie. Let's say you're watching a scene and you're watching a horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in HDR, the grass is going to be bright green. But in a horror movie,
And it's gonna be dark green.
It's going to be a
He
darker
wants it to be
green.
dark green, you
Exactly.
mean. Okay,
So
yeah.
The director and producer of these movies, they look at the editing process and they say, no, me, I want this scene to look dark and I want everything. So I don't want the clouds to be bright blue. I want it to be ugly
gray.
navy from dark gray or whatever.
whatever.
But high dynamic range doesn't go according to that. It just brightens up the picture. So Dolby Vision,
You
if you
see?
look at a movie in Dolby Vision, it may look darker, but it's for the director and
The
producer.
way he wants
that-
you to perceive it.
Yes, perceive how he wants you to watch the
Yeah,
movie.
yeah.
That's why they tell you to turn everything. Now, as soon as it's going to be a setting on new TVs that they're going to come out with a Hollywood
Option.
Something like that.
yeah?
I don't know what's going to be called there. Yeah, I was reading up on it. That you put this on and it turns everything off and it tells you exactly how the directors like.
It does it by
So
itself.
say this
Does it by
movie,
itself.
the director wanted it like this.
Yeah, so
setting.
that
Boom.
option will
yeah.
play according to.
That's gonna be nice.
So let's say you put
Like Game of
a
Thrones,
scary
that would be
movie
sick.
on.
Yeah,
It's gonna like change the colors throughout the movie and like.
that's what Dolby Vision does. Yeah, I have a Dolby Vision on, and HDR off, whatever, and I'll have like the motion blur completely off. Because yes, when you watch a movie, there's a lot of motion blur, a lot of it, because that's how they.
It's like
act
if
the
someone's
movie. It's
running,
like a
someone's
movie, yeah.
walking, it looks like they're.
Yeah,
Filmed
they
looks
want
like
you
it's
to have
frames.
that shaky feeling in a car crash or in an accident. They want to have that.
Oh, so that's why it looks fake.
Yeah,
True.
All
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, so that's what TVs do. Is they kind of cut that to make it look more realistic.
Yeah.
But in a movie, it's not really realism. Sometimes
No.
it's like a car crash is supposed to be all over the place.
Yeah.
Place, yeah, like
Not
you don't
supposed to
want
be
that.
slow motion. You can see I enjoy seeing the finer details in life. It's like you see Santa. Last night I was watching Mad Max. I don't know if you guys watched Mad Max.
Sick. The newest one, like
Or
the
the-
not the old one.
Fury
Okay.
Road. Yeah, and it's
That's
wow.
visuals.
The visuals are great. The
I watched it
sound
on this TV. I was freaking out.
Yeah.
It's very bright. Like it's they're in the desert. So
Yeah,
like
so
a
it's bright, but it
uh,
goes at night scenes. It looks all purple.
Yeah. It's
When
crazy.
an OLED TV, you see
It's true.
Yeah, it must be insane.
Yeah, the blacks like at night. It's
So you must have been pissed with the Game of Thrones. And when
I was
like that
furious.
fight when she lights the fire.
Yeah, I was furious.
Spoiler alert! When she lights the fire and shit. But I'm saying, when it was all greeny and it was all pixelated.
Dude,
you
and
must
the
have watched
pixels
it.
were like this.
Yeah.
They weren't tiny little pixels,
Yeah,
dude.
you
They were
can't see- yo, you
square.
can't
They were
say
blocks.
anything. It was like shadowed around people's like. I was like, what's
When
happening?
you were funny,
Like you would go into a dark scene, like the guy would pop out of a dark scene, and all you would see is like.
him.
You see
Yeah,
squares.
there's two eyes.
You see squares.
That's it.
I couldn't. I
But that
was
was bad.
losing. I had to go watch it because that
I have to
happens a lot.
rewatch it the next.
Not to rewatch it. When I was watching it live, I was getting so freaked out that I had to go sit in my staircase. They say the TV is about
so you don't see the
because
pixels
what happens
as
is
much.
the less pixels, the
further
further
you
away
go,
you are,
yes,
the
you
less
see
the
it
pixels.
less, yeah.
So I was sitting in my staircase and I couldn't believe it. But I was sitting in my staircase, I kind of enjoyed the sound. First of all, it was shit. I was so mad. I was so mad.
That was a shit.
I know.
It was a
I remember
shit
all
show.
here
We're all
chilling.
here.
I know. I
But
remember.
even that, like when the horses went, they went to fight the Dothraki, I think, and it's all dark.
Yeah.
And, but you don't know.
You guys see that? Do you see?
You
Yeah.
don't know what happened. Then all of a sudden you just see one guy running out.
Yeah, I
You're
remember
like,
that.
what?
No.
Yeah,
Remember that shit? We're freaking
I don't
out.
e- I don't even
I have my
know.
cousin Michael, bro. Your settings on your TV. What's going on? I go, it's on my TV. I go look, and I
It's
put it
the
on.
feed.
I put it like on TSN. It was perfect. It was pure bright.
It was
and,
literally the feed.
yeah. Oh, it was bad.
HBO fucked
I
up.
read.
Too
I
many
read.
people on it.
On Reddit, everyone was complaining. People were
lot of
losing it
people
on
had it.
Reddit.
But a lot of people on Bell. A lot
Yeah,
of people
also, all on Bell. They were
All on
most
Bell.
of the ones I saw.
Because
That
it's internet. The internet is the fiber cable
has a
on Bell. It's the internet. I think is shooting you the feed for your
No,
for your
it's
TV.
really cable. It's the 5. That
It's the
that
5
wasn't
that-
that. It was
I
actually
think
the
they
source. It was
Yeah?
source. Yeah, like I even talk about it in my podcast. That source, if wherever it comes from,
important.
that's the most important. Because if its quality is coming in shit, well, don't expect your upscaling to make it
Better.
it will do it, but
But the
if your
source itself
sucks,
is
the source
crap,
itself.
yeah,
so
so-
if you're not you're on YouTube or something, I don't know, there's a setting on YouTube that you can see it's 144p.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, you know,
1080p or 720 or
420,
whatever, yeah.
for the 20, 720, whatever. That changes a lot. But if the source is always at 144, no matter how good your TV is, it's never going to change into
Yeah,
4K
it's just
quality.
make it bigger, but that's about
Yeah,
it.
bigger,
Or it
more
become
pixels.
worse,
Yeah, but it's a faster bandwidth because it's a smaller file.
Yeah, I got you.
So
But you have to listen to his podcast. I don't know if you did to any of them.
No, yeah.
He had some good tricks too. Something there was one. What did you say? It was a door stopper. You put a door stopper on behind your center channel. Was it that or something like that? To not move, to not make the speaker move. You said. I wrote it down and I'm like, shit, that's pretty smart. Like, you know, like
a
some
door.
little-
What the door stopper?
like you know those old school
Yeah,
door
yeah,
stoppers.
yeah,
Stop
the ones that are on an angle.
Yeah, that's it.
It's not to make your speaker.
I forgot what it was. I remember you
It's
saying
because
this and it
some
was
people have your center channel always has to be at almost.
That's what it was to
Face
angle
level.
it.
Always
Yes,
at face
sorry,
level.
you're right.
Okay.
You're right.
Always,
That's-
always around your to your face. Like
Like
your
high?
speakers could be a bit higher. No, it has to be directly at you
When you're sitting down.
when you're sitting down. Your center channel.
yes,
A bit,
that's what
maybe
it was.
A bit lower, not higher because they want the sound to travel over you. But some people
to
have
your
let's
head,
say
no? Should be to your head always, no?
always towards you.
Always to your
Yeah,
head.
always towards at about head level. Because some people are taller, some people are shorter, so you can't always play around with that.
Joy, you
thing.
have to aim it to the roof.
Yeah.
Fuck, for real, though.
Imagine
See,
if
like-
Atmos is just straight down.
Dolby Atmos. It's me. It's
me.
But so let's say some people have like their mantle or something. They have something
Yeah.
under their TV or their commode or whatever. That's too low. So you take like a door
what it
stopper
was.
or something to
pushes
make
it
it
up.
to angle it to make it come towards your
Smart,
face.
huh? I remember I was listening
It's the
to that, I was
cheap,
like-
fast way. Because
it
there
works,
actually
though.
is there's certain things that you could.
Yeah, for
I've
sure.
seen.
Yeah.
Even like when you do like studio monitors for
Yeah.
computers,
Yeah.
like a computer setup, whatever. They make like I guess a shelf or whatever, like an angled
An
type of
angle,
thing.
like a triangle.
It's made like this,
Right, just to
and then the speaker
direct.
sits on top, and then the speaker's like also studio monitors. They're pretty big, right? The speakers are like
Well, depends on the size you get there.
But
Doesn't
there's
matter.
pretty
yeah,
big ones.
mine are about
Oh,
this
shelf,
big.
yeah,
yeah, they're the shelf speakers, or whatever they're
Yeah,
called. Yeah.
bookshelf speakers.
So they angle them.
Well,
way
I don't
down.
know if to make the sound come up towards
Towards you, yeah,
that's
that's it.
correct. Yeah.
All this will go towards you. That's one thing. Like if you don't
That's
know,
why some people they also wall mount their studio speakers
On the wall, exactly.
walls.
And
Straight
then-
directly
yeah.
at them
Straight
like this.
directly at
It's
your
true,
face.
yeah, yeah, you
Like
got,
even
like,
when you're in a
the-
club and a DJ
the-
is like fucking playing while the speakers directly
Always,
faded
yes.
on angles next to him. Or,
Always like shooting
Yeah.
it
Do
directly
you,
to you.
do you listen to it? Let's say while you're DJing, would you listen to it with your headset or it's out to know if your quality and shit like that?
It's
One in, one out.
procedure is while you're mixing.
I'm curious. That's why.
While you're mixing, it's I don't even know. They always have.
Yeah, exactly.
This-
Yeah.
That's the next
typical
Yeah,
song.
the
DJ.
typical.
Yeah, they're mixing. When they're doing this, they're mixing.
Yeah, that I
and
know.
the second that they start bringing the sound up, they take off the headphones and they listen to
Okay,
it
so
live.
you're listening to it live.
So what's
Well,
happening
okay, I
here-
thought it was always
This
there.
monitor here that you see the speakers hanging next to the DJ booth is what's playing in the front.
Yeah.
Because you don't hear what's happening in the front.
Okay.
You know, so DJs are always behind her in the booth, or they're
Yeah,
always
yeah.
behind the sound, right? So they don't, because they can't have sound coming from behind them because they won't hear anything.
No.
So DJs are always behind the action.
Yeah.
So they have this monitor to give you that, to mimic that sound that's coming out of there. So you know what's exactly how your mix is sounding,
how it sounds.
or how it's blending together, or what you have to start cutting
See,
highs.
I honestly thought he mixed. You mixed in with your headphone, and then
Yeah.
that's it. I didn't think. I thought they took it off. They were done. You just push like a button. And it
No, they're mixing to get the song on cue, on beat.
And then
or
after
whatever.
you're listening, and then after.
Yeah, after when you know it's on beat, when you want to bring the song in, so
Then you're listening to it live.
speeding, right?
Yeah,
It's like on
exactly, yeah.
So when the song's playing, the channel's up here, the other song is coming in. Well, you know you want to throw it in, but you want to hear what's happening because if the song starts going off beat, well you gotta.
Well, that's it. That's why I thought when you listen to it, it was done already, and I thought it was
It is
just
done.
like.
Well, it's pretty much done. And when you take off the headphones, the song is matched.
Okay.
Now all you're listening to is how it's coming in.
How you're gonna
blending with the next song.
Exactly. How you're gonna interpret it.
Yeah.
And you put it back on.
Yeah, what do I have to
Nice.
cut? And what the song is coming in and the
Okay, so it's always live.
too high.
Shit, okay.
This is your DS works.
Yeah.
The song is too high. Well, you can adjust the highs and the mids, to
Yeah.
kind of blend it in. I have to bring them back when. That's pretty much why there's those monitors that are close to the DJ.
You see.
The more you know.
You always learn. You always learn.
For real,
Always
though,
learn new
it's
things.
Crazy.
So, let's say we get back to cars. Gino got his car detailed.
Wow.
I want to know this story, how it went. Shout out to GL Detailing. If anybody needs any
he
sort of
kills it.
detailing, go see him. Like, the work that he does is amazing.
ridiculous.
I think he's overbooked right now. That's what he was telling me. We're supposed to do something with him, so everybody stay tuned. He said he wanted to do a little, I don't know if it was like a giveaway or like you get something off if you go say our name at his detailing shop. So stay tuned for that. But if you guys need anything, go check him on it's Instagram, right? GL Detailing, right?
At GL_detailing.
Exactly.
Or
Amazing.
Johnny La Rosa on Facebook.
Johnny, yeah, exactly. His
Kills it. He
the
legitimately-
jobs he does is insane. And after I saw the job that like he did on his
I
truck.
couldn't believe
So yeah,
it.
let the fans know what.
Let the fans know.
Yeah.
Well, I think
Should we post pictures of his?
I'll put it up.
Does he want them up? The
course.
before pictures.
No, that'd be for
Oh wait, they're on his Instagram.
No, just delete them. Nah, he already posted
Yeah,
that.
that's it. They're on his Instagram. So if you want to see the before and after of his truck, I saw it. I didn't know it was your truck when I saw it, but I'm like,
You
damn,
don't know. You just don't know
Yeah.
till he actually takes your truck. Which, by the
He
way,
puts it in his garage and he puts those lights on.
Yeah.
you don't know.
And he closes the door. He's like, "I'll see you in a week."
yeah, I'll see you in a
And
week.
like,
you
It
don't
actually
know.
took a week to do the detailing
Yeah,
job.
so how many hours did it take? Did he tell
Yeah,
you?
we did a
He didn't
full,
tell
like-
me, but let's say I brought it to him on Monday, and I got it back on the following Tuesday.
yeah, but you did
Wow.
a full like paint
I did a full
correction,
everything, paint, polish. He polished my whole car. He
ceramic
corrected
coating, everything.
Everything.
So
Interior.
basically, like it would be new.
Interior, no, because he didn't have time to do it, and I didn't. I take care of my own car inside,
Yeah.
But he actually, I hadn't time to do it, but
vacuum.
He's like that.
yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I know. He's like, I think
kills
he's one of the best. Like he is
I
like
know.
in
Here?
Quebec, whatever. I don't know about the world because I don't go around.
Yeah,
here.
yeah, you
the
don't
way
know
he
how
talks
to-
to
you're
me
not
is like
into
there's
that
way better
either.
people out there. But I honestly think that he could be one of the best in Quebec, hands down.
He kills it.
Hands down, he
I've
kills
seen,
it.
I've seen the work.
Like I gave him my truck, and I think when I wash my truck, you arm all the tires, everything looks black.
No, then you put the lights on.
Then,
You're like, you just
even the sun, like you're looking at it from the side of the sun, it's like, okay, I think it needs a bit of work.
Yeah.
And then he starts, right? Like he takes the car in, he washes
freak
it,
out.
he puts the tape, he uses it at 50-50. 50-50 is the half and half look of
What did he do? So
before and
he puts
after.
the tape on-
He puts
Oh,
a tape on your door panel.
On
On
the
the
Is it in
panel.
front of you?
Not in front of me, no.
Take a
Okay,
picture.
Yeah, so he has like LED lights that
Yeah,
are
I've
like
seen it.
shining on
Some
it,
crazy
yeah. And
lights.
he does one half a panel, and that first step that you guys saw was maybe the second day. The second day, and it looked like that.
It went like
It went from white to black in a day. Okay?
His truck is black.
My truck is black.
His truck is
Literally,
black.
it's
People are
black.
like, what, you wrapped it?
And it's not even black, it's just giant spider web. And so that's the first day. So there's like another 6 days of work to be done in this car. But what he did, I don't know. But he was.
What are steps?
compounding and polishing and.
If you have a lot of scratches, he's got to cut. Is to cut a lot. So
Yes,
if
yeah,
you cut into the clear coat, yeah.
Step, whatever it is.
There's like I don't know how many steps, but it's the work involved that takes time because he goes and take out every little scratch that you have. And some scratch are not nailed deep, but they're deep enough to get into the clear coat. But a waxing won't cut it.
No, if it's wet
Yeah, you're gonna
sand,
have to-
compound,
Not
polish.
he didn't.
He
He didn't wet side. He didn't wet sand the car.
Okay.
No. Some scratches. Like, he
imagine.
says like, dude, he was telling me like, look at the scratch. I can't get rid of the scratch.
He's gonna destroy your paint. Like,
Dude, I'm looking at it with a microscope and I can't even see it. That's how meticulous he is.
Yeah,
he's
he's
like,
like,
there's a
he's
scratch
like
over
that.
here. You see it, and he's like, I'm trying to do this. Yes,
bro,
I
I
see
couldn't
it.
get it out, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah. He was like,
You don't see
Binoculars.
nothing.
yeah. He goes, this scratch pissed me off. Then there's the clear bra I had on the car. The clear
Yeah.
bra that they
You took
still
it off?
do it. I have one on the truck. Yeah.
You took it off?
I didn't take it off. No, but to cut into a clear.
It's like plastic.
It's plastic,
Thick.
right? He goes.
And it doesn't heat up as fast, I think, as...
But it leaves. It doesn't leave it shiny because it heats up too much sometimes, and I think
Yeah.
it just doesn't
It
like
becomes yellow a bit, right?
not yellow, but it doesn't
No, they don't
become
come yellow
smooth.
anymore. Those are the first ones. They don't come yellow anymore. My car, the whole front end is that. You
And
don't
it's
even
not-
know.
Okay.
The 3M, the whatever.
Yeah, the front end is that.
Anyways, it takes a bit
Can't
longer because it's not like a paint, right? So
Yeah,
it
it's
doesn't slide. It's
plastic.
plastic.
Yeah.
That was a bitch.
It's a bit different. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. It's
But he
plastic.
took a lot of time to remove everything. Everything. Like my truck was a mirror. Like crazy.
And
crazy.
we have
crazy.
ceramic coating on it too.
Yeah, that was the final step.
Yeah.
The
That
ceramic
makes
coating.
it like a mirror. Like it's.
well,
crazy.
no, it doesn't do anything.
It's shiny.
It
It
protects
keeps
the
it.
car. But
No,
all
but
the steps before that he did.
It does make it shiny though.
It does make it shinier though.
Yeah, of course. But
It makes it,
It
more
gives it
glossy.
a crazy
yeah.
gloss, like
Yeah.
wet look.
Yeah, wet look,
basically.
exactly.
yeah, it's so. But now the water, it just I don't
just
know.
beads off?
It just flies.
Now that it's raining
It
outside?
flies off. Like there's
Now
like a
that-
waterfall in my.
I'm definitely coming to see the car after. That's why I said.
Did you put it on the windshield?
He didn't put it in the windshield. It's a different kind of
Ceramic.
glass.
You're not supposed to put it on the windshield.
You're not
Real
supposed to-
guys
They make
that
a
know their
ceramic
shit.
coating
Yeah,
glass.
but that's it. It's a different one.
Yeah.
People just say, I'm gonna put on my windshield, whatever.
No, you're not supposed to
You're
put
not
it on
supposed
the
to. It's a
windshield.
certain one that's made for
Yeah,
it,
there's
with
a-
different hardness
that's right,
and
yeah.
everything. So
They make one for mags too.
yeah, yeah.
Which-
I think it's harder. That's
Do you know
why.
which one you used?
Which one?
The ceramic coating? Do you know
The
what?
CarPro.
CarPro one for
CarPro.
sure.
Okay,
Quartz.
yeah, he's sponsored by
Quartz,
CarPro.
Quartz,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can use
It's
Quartz.
certified-
Quartz.
Quartz. Yeah, he's
There's
certified.
even,
He's a certified CarPro.
G-Technic. There's all kinds of these random.
Don't
I don't
you
like
can
G-Technic.
don't.
I love detail.
Don't.
Yeah,
I do love it too, but like me, it's Mothers, Maguires. I don't go into
no,
stuff.
Eagles
You know,
Car-
It becomes
Yeah.
like, oh yeah.
But
You
he's-
know, the Maguire's, what's it called? Johnny told me it was very good.
There's two different types of Maguires. There's Maguires you buy at Canadian Tire or like your local hardware store.
Right,
whatever.
That too, they have.
And then they make Maguires, which is like the professional series. Same
Yes.
thing like the,
Yeah, you're
the
right.
speaker
Yeah.
systems. The Maguire Professional Series.
It's also $20 a little thing. Like
It's
everything's more
$50
expensive.
for like a gallon.
Oh yeah, I had that one before.
But
Yeah.
like that's
well, just that little quartz of ceramic coatings, 100 something.
yeah, they're expensive. 100%.
And he needed
Yeah.
for my truck needed one and a bit.
Oh shit!
needed more.
I
Needed
thought,
more.
oh my god.
So you
bought
Yeah. two of them.
Sucks.
Huh?
You have to buy two of them.
Well, no, he had
That's
leftover
some-
from another
another
because
one.
a
Okay.
car you
That's
don't use the
lucky.
whole one.
Imagine
Yeah.
you were doing it like you had. Let's say you were doing it yourself. You have to buy two just for that.
Two, yeah.
little bit more.
Yeah, and that's a last step. That's
Yeah,
that's
at the
it's a
end.
wipe on. There's a way of doing it. I'm
Yeah,
not saying there's
you
not a way
put
of doing
it-
it.
you
The
wipe
kid
it
worked
and
on my
wipe it
truck.
off.
Guess who?
Yeah.
Don't they have to?
But I have to do it and no.
Some people put
no,
heat, man.
Depends the product.
Depends the product. Yeah,
Some of them
I've
have to
seen,
be baked on, some of them no.
Big heaters there. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is what he's saying. This is the different kind of product I was telling you before. Is that's why you don't wash the car for a week because it
Oh,
has to
yeah,
harden
sure,
on
yeah.
the car.
Yeah, but some of them you're able to put a heat lamp
Okay.
and you cook.
It hardens it.
Yeah,
You
cook
cook
it
the
onto the
ceramic
thing,
on. Yeah, that's another way.
That's a different style.
But there's also that 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year.
That's it. This is.
This
how
is
many
what
years?
4.
This is, I think he said 2, but the winters that we have don't last. If you're in Florida or whatever,
It'll last.
they'll last
Yeah.
you a year, 2 years. Yeah, for sure it's
It'll
gonna
last
last
you a
you.
year. This.
Shit. Okay, so I don't know.
Year and a
This, she goes, I would even like not wax it before winter, but like spray wax,
Quick detailer.
quick detailer just to
Yeah.
save you your winter.
Yeah.
You know, but you almost have to do it after the winters we have here. Depends how bad they
You
are.
want a
The
good
fucking
one?
scraper and shit too.
There's the Maguire's, a ceramic one, ceramic hybrid quick detail. Remember I showed it to you?
Yeah.
Yo, it's amazing.
I don't know. You're asking me all the wrong questions because I'm not the detailing guy.
I'm telling you.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying.
it's
I'm just
good.
saying because I was telling him about the chemical guys. Like nah,
They make good stuff.
Good, but
to
they're
him
not-
it's like
they're
La
shit.
Botte Gamme there.
Yeah, I know.
They make
it
good
is.
shit.
It is.
They make good, decent
CarPro
stuff.
Is
Yeah,
ridiculous.
CarPro.
But
There's even a
also-
good compounder, Mazina,
Yes.
Mezzaine or something.
No,
it's
I
like
don't
a
know.
It's
European
just
one.
one bottle of quick detailer from CarPro is like $50.
Yeah,
like,
but you're paying for
Maguire.
quality.
Yeah, we're paying for quality.
100%.
Like about the so on a car, on a white car
Oh, yeah.
specifically.
Yeah, that was good.
Did you ever see like those little rust
What are you
dots?
talking about?
The purple, then we spray the purple to
Yeah,
take
you know,
The
Yeah,
Iron X,
I
the
know
iron
it is,
stuff.
yeah.
Yo, the CarPro bottle is like $60.
Yeah.
But because my car is my GTI is like very like a white grayish color.
Yeah, okay.
It's called
White, silver, white.
it's like white silver, the paint color. So it's very like a kind of like a chalk color from Audi.
Oh yeah, that
Or the
nice
Porsche.
primer color, that nice primer color.
Yes, exactly.
But it's like metallic-y. There's metallic
Yes,
inside.
exactly. There's a lot of
Okay.
metallic flakes inside.
Nice
but since
color.
it's on a white base, there's like a little like rust dots.
because of the brakes.
Exactly, the
Yeah.
iron particles from the
Carbon
brakes
and all
get
that
stuck. So
shit.
people say, "Oh, my
Metallic.
car's rusting." No, it's
it's
not
not.
rust.
No.
It's little dots that get stuck.
Yeah.
And this
My-
CarPro,
we did it to my car.
and this CarPro, the Iron X, it's called. Well, you know about it, right?
CarPro.
Yeah, the spray.
You
You
spray
spray
on,
on the
yeah,
side of the
that's
car,
it.
you
We're
see
talking-
it leaking.
And
of
it
the,
leaks purple and
Yeah.
it smells like a skunk.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
talking a lot about CarPro, so if they want to hit us up, fuel up at
Yo,
hotmail.com.
they have so many things.
That's
That's like the Apple of
shit.
car
I know.
detailing shit,
Freak
though.
out.
I know, but it's like in anything, right? You can buy
Yeah,
anything
exactly.
and everything. But even for detailing in a car, but you need to use these products on a,
But yeah,
Daily
As a-
basis.
before the winter, buy that shit. I'm telling you. Remind me, I'll tell you. Yo, it's even the way you put it on is super easy and it works amazing.
that's a spray on and
It's
just
a spray on.
this is after you wash, right?
Either,
Yeah.
either you do that or this one, even because it's ceramic, you could spray it while the car is wet.
Okay.
And you spray it, and you see everything starts to fall off, everything starts to beat off.
Okay.
And it lasts like a month.
And then dry your car.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it lasts.
You dry it after you put it on, though.
Yeah.
You dry it?
Yeah. So
no, but
basically,
you
the car is
spray, you
sprayed.
wipe.
The car's cleaned, everything, right? Obviously.
Okay.
Like it's ready to be dried.
Right.
You take this bottle. There's two ways of doing it. The first time you're supposed to do it dry. The second time it's just maintenance. So you spray it onto the car while it's wet. And you see, and not a lot, because people, they just spray everything.
Yeah, I know.
3 sprays for the hood, like max. So you spray it, you see everything starts to beat off.
Yeah.
You do all the whole car, then you just power wash everything off. You see everything just comes off.
Well, these steps are messing me up now.
So
you wash the car.
You wash the car, you clean it.
You don't dry it.
You don't dry it.
Okay, you
wet.
spray this on.
You
They
spray
use
it on,
that to dry
that's when
it.
you see, that's when you see everything.
Oh,
starts to
okay.
beat
So
off.
after you spray this thing, you rinse it again. And then you dry it.
And then you dry it.
Because technically, you're not
okay.
supposed to wipe a car.
Never touch the car. I use a air dryer.
Yes.
Air blower.
Have
blower.
one.
Yeah, my shop I have.
Good. Oh, okay.
Especially now with this kind of after it's been done like this,
Yeah,
dude.
you
just
don't want to touch it with a rag.
You don't want to touch it with a rag.
But if
Yeah,
you
but
do
it just
touch it with a
falls
rag, you have to use a water applicator. So basically, because the rag is it makes like a lot of friction.
Right, but there's special cloths for that, microfibers. This is what Johnny was telling me.
It's even like a waffle towel.
There's I don't know what they are.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I have in my house?
Yeah,
I'm telling you,
Those
go
big ass.
it's $40 for a thing, but like
Oh, it's good.
That's what you need
you
because
need
yeah.
it, but you also
Forget
gotta
it.
spray it.
With water.
It's
Or
not
is
water,
it-
but like just
Solution.
It's
A
solution?
Yeah,
Okay,
so
okay.
So it slides.
Exactly.
It's like,
Okay.
it's like a quick detailer almost.
kind
Right.
of exactly.
Okay. So it doesn't heat up, I guess, and cause the friction.
Or
to
cause like scratching because the water that's used in your hose or from a
That too.
pressure
Yeah, yeah.
washer, it's not
Has-
filtered.
no, it's not.
There's
Right.
all minerals and there's a lot
Yep.
of like whatever's stuck in the hose is all like, you don't see it.
No, you
but
don't.
on
Yeah,
the paint
there's
it's
contaminants
there, right?
or even let's say
Exactly.
when a piece of dust gets on
Falls,
your car.
exactly.
Falls, while
And
you're
you're using
drying
the
it.
rag.
Well, you're just drying your car.
Okay, this
Yeah.
is really like
This is meticulous. This
yeah,
is
this is
stuff.
ridiculous.
Yeah, I know.
But if you want to do it properly and you're
Oh, that's why these
charging
guys,
someone to do it,
these guys, it's
oh,
spick and span.
you're
man.
charging someone for their car, like you have to.
Yeah,
do
of
like
course
this,
you have to
right?
know. Like he was telling
Yeah.
me that I have a bag of microfiber cloth that I have to buy at Costco. But
the Kirkland, the yellow
yeah,
ones?
he goes,
Yeah.
those are
Like they're
garbage.
garbage. Yeah,
He
yeah,
goes,
you
they're
freak out.
trash. He goes, they're special for
Yeah.
every certain step you're doing.
Yeah.
There's a special kind of.
There's a good company. It's
microfiber
called the
cloth.
Rag Company. You know about
Yeah,
it?
yeah, the right
No.
kind.
The Rag
yes.
Company.
Yes,
3
yes,
microfibers, $50.
Yeah.
But they're thick. They're I think
They're made for-
1,000 GSM.
Okay.
So
Okay. It's pretty
GSM is I don't know what it stands for.
I don't know either.
Something is, but the higher number it is, the more microfiber. Like
You're right.
it's a little plushy thing there inside.
The thicker, the higher they
Yeah,
are.
exactly. And
to
you're
trap
using
more
them
stuff.
and like
It's smooth.
tu pay, mais it's
yeah,
like
you get what you pay for.
yeah.
Again,
Again.
we're saying that a lot this time.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, it's
But
pretty much
This is
every
an
day.
expensive podcast.
It is. It is.
Sponsors, hey guys, audio, whatever.
Audio.
it is, hit 'em
Rag
up
Company,
too.
we need everything. CarPro.
So you did the ceramic coating, and you find like now when you're driving, let's say today it's a shitty day.
Yeah, it's raining.
It just
Like I don't even have to put my window wipers on.
do you?
Oh
Even
shit.
some people say like remember when it first came out, we were watching all kinds of videos, and like people are like, I don't even have to wash. I just pressure wash my car and
Yeah.
it's clean.
That's not true.
Which I figured.
Okay,
I
it's
figured.
not true because like I went like right after that he goes I went for my first car wash after we did the coating. So I went to the Shell I think.
Okay,
The
yeah, that-
touchless
no
car
touchless,
wash. No,
okay.
they throw the soap, they throw the waxes, like
Yeah.
all the pressures goes around. I left there. That was fun to see though. In the garage, you're waiting. I'm driving my car. Thing is spring, and all you see is the
falling
water
off.
just flying
That's
off.
what
Like
me
it
too,
wasn't
like
even
the best
soaping the
stuff.
car.
Yeah.
The car wasn't even soaping. It was crazy.
Me too,
Like
when
they
I
see
put
it,
that
they
shit.
that blue wax usually sticks to the car,
Yeah,
right?
nothing.
Oh, that's not what this. It's just
Yeah,
falling
yeah,
out. It was like
yeah. When
leaking.
you
I
have
was
a
like,
good coat on top, it
yeah.
just falls off.
So when I left, and first thing I did was get out of the car to see, if it actually cleaned as much as they say it was gonna clean. Not gonna stick. It did clean 3/4 of it, but you still saw that dirt, like not stuck to the panels. It wasn't stuck to the panels, but it looked like there was a bit of brown
Oh, yeah.
from the dirt. Yeah.
It's because it's black too, right? The car
Yeah,
is
you
black.
see
like
it.
on my car, you probably wouldn't see it.
No, red, white, you wouldn't see the
Yeah.
car. So
Black is
silver at
silver.
all, yeah.
Oh, man,
but I
black.
saw, but it wasn't much though. Like it didn't
Compared to what it was.
compared to what it was.
Before, yeah.
It didn't at all.
And that too, he must have told you don't go to any touch.
Like don't bring it to certain places. Not gonna start
Yeah,
naming.
yeah, I know
not
what
gonna
you're
say the
talking
names
about.
there, but we're not gonna. But like,
say you go to Petro Canada.
don't go to Petro Canada. That's like the worst
What
thing for
the
you.
hell?
Those things.
Doesn't
No,
that
the
thing grab
person-
your
yeah.
mag? Doesn't that thing grab your mag?
Yeah.
Yeah, it rolls you.
Oh,
With
I
the
don't
track.
want to touch my
Yeah.
mag.
I know. Those things they hit the car, they
Yeah,
spin
with
there.
the,
I never went
the
to one.
bristles.
That's why.
You never been in one?
No, I don't want to.
It's more, but don't forget, like let's say you don't give a shit about your car,
Like
and
a
you want,
pickup,
you want
you
to,
drive it through, like,
yeah, you want to,
you've
but you
been,
want a better clean.
mud.
You have a regular car, a Civic, whatever. You don't give a
The
shit about
SO
your
ones
paint.
don't clean that. Even the SO shell ones, the
No, because
touchless ones,
they
they
don't
don't
nothing
clean
that
that well.
agitates it.
It works on just pressure and that kind of
pressure.
soap.
Yeah.
But that soap is so diluted to make,
To do as many car washes as possible.
yeah, it doesn't really clean the car.
It's a good, quick, just
Fast.
Yeah, if you're on the highway and you want to get rid of the bugs or whatever. And just
No,
Yeah.
that's forget about that. That's
But
the
even
bugs
the
are
bugs
still
are
gonna
harder
be
to
there. The
get
bugs
there.
are sticking there. But if you want like a deep thorough clean, go to Petro-Canada because they have those things that actually touch the
bristles,
car
yeah.
to wipe off the
but
dirt.
it grabs the
But,
dirt from
oh
the
Yeah.
my
floor,
God, it
like
takes
all the
the
rocks
dirt,
come
just
up.
keeps spinning and it just scratches everything.
Oh no,
No, but the bristles, like when they fall, they touch the floor, right?
No,
That
they don't.
too.
Well, depends. No, I don't think so. I don't see them touch the floor. Maybe some of the bottom do.
I would never do that.
Yeah, the
But
ones at
it's
the
like
bottom,
a guy
that's it.
washing your car, right? You know, the guy.
Well, that
that's,
too.
The myth
When
falls
you
on
go
the
to those
floor,
places
picks
where
it
the
up.
myth, he picks it up, puts it back in the same thing.
Yeah,
the
he washes
water's
your mags
brown.
and then the wheel wells and he goes to the doors.
Oh, yeah.
I freak
Yeah,
out.
that's it.
I freak out.
You know, then everything's in the same bucket. The bucket's black.
Yeah, black.
inside, the water. They're all, yeah, it's a good idea.
So yeah, because there's like 200 cars waiting and people are waiting and looking at them wash cars. It's like hurry up.
Then their hand on your car, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my
Or
God.
the t-shirts rubbing on the
That
window,
too.
you're like,
Guys working with jeans, bro.
Oh, the nerves.
yeah.
Just, yeah.
Buzz.
It's giving me acid now thinking about it.
Chita.
Yeah, actually.
So, I had one other thing to ask.
Yes.
What is for audio source?
We're back on the other. No more
Yeah,
cars.
no more cars.
No more cars.
I had nothing else to ask. We spoke about cars last time.
Yeah, that's
A lot
true, we
of
did.
Shit.
Yeah,
Check that podcast out, guys. No video, but it was a good one.
Yeah, it was a good one.
You remember what episode it was?
Shit.
Episode 20 now?
Part 9.
9, 10.
Probably
Nine, yeah.
Around the 10s there,
I'll
whatever.
check now.
We got screwed with that. Was the COVID was really
Yeah, I know.
our issue, man, for that.
Yeah.
Because like you see, right? We're guests. We're
Yeah.
trying to. We're just when we brought you in to the first one. We were talking. We're like, we had so much fun on that first episode that we said we just wanted to do a shit ton of guests.
Yeah, a lot of
all the
guests.
time.
Right.
Or at least every week. And which one is it? I'm curious. I see him looking.
9, I was right.
9. There you go.
9. Yeah, look, he's got You're out there. You're out there.
Does it show I'm on it a lot?
Yeah.
I'm always checking.
And it's just because you said about the COVID thing, you know, this whole pandemic that we're going through, that made me start doing my own podcast.
Yeah,
And I
for
couldn't
sure.
be here
So
with
much-
you.
I remember we were
Yeah.
talking all the time.
Yeah.
So much time. Honestly, I'm happy that he did that because us two we started because we had a group of 2 friends there from All Time Podcast. Shout out to All Time. Them two, they had started, they did it, and then one guy I was telling that me and him were thinking about. We weren't sure. You know, it's a lot of work too. And he goes, just do it, just try it. Who cares? And that's what gave us. It's good that
You gotta
friends
keep
are
up that consistency, trying to, anyways.
the friends that are. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. But you
like
feed,
a
you
circle.
feed off whatever, you know, if you think that you
Quick
can help
note, by the
somebody.
way.
Yeah.
You are the most viewed.
I told him
Yeah,
that.
still? Yeah, all right, cool. Shout out to me.
So he's most viewed over Matthew Jufrida?
Yeah.
Because I think Matthew Jufrida had him at one point. And
No,
after
you're the most viewed.
It's Gino's most viewed.
Yeah.
Matthew, you're slacking, my friend. Matthew's slacking. He's coming back on the podcast.
Start
too.
promoting, bruh.
That's amazing.
You are the
Holy
most
shit,
viewed,
eh?
yeah.
All right, so the question you wanted to ask me was what? Because you
The
completely
audio
forgot.
source, what was it?
I don't know. You tell me.
Oh, yeah. What's the difference? Because someone told me this, and I told them HDMI is better than fiber optic, right? For audio, to transfer that HD audio.
Fiber optic?
Is it fiber
The
optic or,
digital optic, the
red,
cable there?
The red laser there, you know what I'm talking about?
If HDMI is better, yeah, it's because you can send more bandwidth.
Right?
Right, correct. You can send the
No,
bigger.
I had that in my head, and I'm like, I had to ask you that before. Now.
Yeah, yeah,
The
yeah.
thing is, the HDMI, you're sharing it with a video source as
Correct,
well, right?
yeah.
Is
So-
there interference in the wire?
This
Or
why,
you shield it.
that's why you need a certain wire for
You're
that.
shielded.
Well, it's not shielded. That's what the gauge of the wire that can
Yeah, but
send
also
up
the
to
wire-
the shielded wire. The
Yeah,
shielded is
exactly.
just for it to
Interference.
not interference. For correct, yeah.
Yeah.
But the more bandwidth you want to send, the bigger the wire.
Has to be, yeah.
Has to
gauge
be,
you're
I think,
saying?
it's 18 point. Right now, HDMI 2.1.
2.1, yeah.
Yeah, 2.1 is at the maximum of 4K
Capacity,
signal.
okay.
Capacity is at 18 gigs.
But you're not saying that the size of the wire. Does
Yeah,
it
the
count like the
physical
gauge?
size. Yeah.
No, the physical. Well, not really the size, but it's the.
Okay, it's not the gauge. The gauge
Not the
doesn't matter.
gauge.
Like,
Yeah,
you know,
well, I'm
fine
saying
on-
there's bigger wires, thicker wires. Like, don't go to Best Buy and buy a Rocketfish wire at $40 there. No, like Amazon Basics.
It's not good, right? They're not good, right? Like it's overpriced, right?
It's overpriced for me.
Thank God. Because everyone was like, "Oh, you should get those."
No,
People
do
were like, "You
not
should get-"
do not buy
I'm
wires
like,
according to price point. No,
Yeah,
that's
that's
not
no
true.
point.
Read up on the wire. As long as it sends the max signal, if you guys even Google the maximum bandwidth that a HDMI 2.1 can receive, which is I think 18 gigabytes. So you get a wire that can transfer, I don't know, 20, let's say.
Yeah,
you're fine.
you're
You're
good.
perfectly fine.
That's it.
Now the HDMI 2.2 is coming out, which can receive an 8K signal. Obviously, you need a bigger
Okay, that's
wire to
the
transfer
new one.
more.
Okay,
Yes, the new
that's
is
the
coming
new
out.
one, the 8K.
That can receive 45 gigabytes. So you need to buy a bigger wire for that, yes.
Yeah.
But you don't have to spend
When
$200
you
on
said
it.
wire, I was thinking,
wire.
the gauge,
No.
like an audio, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, the gauge, but it's not like a 14 gauge or 18 gauge like you're talking about.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
but
what
it's,
I'm-
it's
okay,
similar
that's
to that, just in the kind of wire that they have.
Remember when
to use
HDMI
it.
came out? Monster had a cable.
Yeah.
Because Monster, from what I know, but it's a long time ago.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, Monster, even in cars.
Yeah,
It's like those,
there's the thing cable was like $200.
just because the wire looks like this,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
gold plated,
Yeah,
shielded, 24 karat gold, this,
Yeah.
that. Don't look at that, please, for God's sake. You can go to Amazon. Amazon Basics
Just
has $11 $4K, one of the best cables.
It's easy.
Easy $10 just for a wire.
Yeah, that's what I got.
You can get 20 feet. Okay, the longer it goes, the
thicker-
less.
the bigger it has to be,
Yeah,
though.
to send that signal,
Yeah.
right? It's like a speaker wire, same
Yeah,
thing.
the further it goes, the bigger it has
Yeah.
to be.
It's like you need for internet transfer as well.
Yeah.
You need that bigger gauge, Cat 6s instead of getting
Cat
a Cat
6A
5.
and
Yeah.
Cat 6E. Yeah.
What's the
So
difference between that Cat 6 and Cat 5?
the
I thought the
transfer speeds.
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah, transfer speeds.
And does a Cat 6 plug into a Cat 5 port?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's a different gauge
I
wire.
forget
That's
that. That's what I
that's
think, 'cause I think I have an old cable, man.
that's
My
how they
cable-
gauge their wires. Instead of
I'm
like
not buying
14
no
gauge,
cable.
they call it like a
Yeah,
Cat
but
6,
also Cat 6E, I think, is shielded inside.
so you can pass in walls and
Okay,
stuff
okay,
like
okay.
that.
So I think it's Cat 6E or
I have to
A
check
or
my
whatever.
getting wire because I have an old internet wire that I had I don't know how many years. And then when I moved into here, I had the
It should
plug
say on
and
the wire, it
everything.
should say on the
That's it, I'm
plug.
gonna
If
check.
you're building a house now, brand new house, just put Cat 6. The shielded one or
basic.
whatever.
And it's not
Just-
more expensive. You can get a 25
Yeah,
foot
same
Cat,
price.
a 75 foot Cat 6 for like $11 at like Addison or something.
No, that's it. I don't. No, it's not even that. I have it right near each other. It's just that sometimes I find the bandwidth is like either it's volatile, like was up and down.
I don't think it's the cable.
Then what is that?
That's
The provider, the source.
Yeah,
Like
the
we're
source.
talking about before. I think so.
So sometimes
Yeah.
it just cuts and shit. But
Yeah,
on
it's not the
Wi-Fi,
wire.
I'm fine though.
Wi-Fi. You're
that.
fine.
Wi-Fi doesn't cut.
Is the
sometimes.
computer plugged in with the
Yeah,
wire?
I'm plugged in straight.
Straight.
That's the best source. You can.
I know. And
tell
sometimes
everybody
it
to
does.
do that.
So the
It's
modem.
because
Could be.
Yeah, maybe your
it's not just the
signal.
wire. It's an old shitty wire, and it's just.
Well, it depends how shitty and old this
I'm
wire
telling you,
is.
it's an old wire, like from Xbox One. I think I used to use it.
So it's probably Cat 4. Fuck.
Oh my god, it
Cat
definitely
3.
could be Cat 4. It's at least 10 years old.
Well, why? When you came with the lab, they gave you the bell receiver, the modem. Isn't there a wire that came with it?
They used it for something. There's nothing extra.
I don't know.
They don't give you extra wires.
No,
Give you nothing,
That's what I
these guys.
do.
So I'm gonna go buy one.
I
Just to
thought
see
I-
it. Maybe it's that.
They don't give you Ugats in the end.
don't go spend money again on these things.
No, I'm gonna go Addison. That's
Regular
it.
6A or 6E are fine.
Anything that you can go buy that's cheap is good enough to work.
Yeah. That's
Don't
why-
go because you see the price
looks
point.
cool,
See, this is
but-
not where price comes into
in.
quality here because it doesn't exist that when it comes to like TVs,
Like those,
speakers, and stuff like that.
Remember when aux cables were like started to come out?
Yeah.
Those monster cables that they were
Monster,
the
thick,
red,
gold-plated,
red,
big, braided.
$60, and you're like, what? It's
Yeah.
an aux cable, like.
And people think that that's the best.
I
Oh,
know,
I need
the
this
quality.
wire because they're saying
To
I
make
need
it
this.
sound better.
No.
that's it.
Okay,
Zero.
You have a
Nothing.
shitty freaking.
It
Nothing.
works just as
A
much.
shitty stereo that's like
The thinnest one
no
possible,
name.
it
It's
just
what's
works.
it called? What was the ply? Those speakers. Those was it
Pile.
What's it called?
Pile.
Pile. That's
Yeah,
it.
Pile,
Like, those
yeah.
cheap.
Which one?
No, not
Pile, they're like no name brand. Used to
Yeah,
buy them
like
at,
everyone sells them. Like Addison
Macho-
sells them.
Macho
Macho
Chris.
Chris.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
it's
very
like
known.
one of
And
those-
but like they look, people they see it. Oh, yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
it's good.
because they make. I think we talked about this last time. The Sony Explode amplifiers. Remember those? Yeah, 1,000 watts or whatever.
Yeah, Sony Explode. You remember
Yeah,
those?
Explode,
X,
yeah.
yes,
With the big X on
yeah,
the
on
subs
speakers.
and stuff.
No good?
Yeah.
No,
Trash.
trash. But it's like they make it seem bigger than
What
you know,
it is.
Yeah, 15-inch subwoofers. You can have whatever. They're
But the quality's
Their
trash.
quality's
Hey,
trash.
talking about last episode, I saw Cobra for sale. I sent it to you, no?
No.
I think so. I sent
Probably.
I sent
He's
it
like,
to you
what?
and him. I
Cobra.
sent it both of you. But again, it was a fucking convertible.
Cobra,
Remember?
which Cobra?
The Cobra.
SVT. Which
Oh,
one?
the older ones, okay.
Yeah,
Not the-
Cobra, what's
all
it
3 or
called?
4.
The Terminator Cobras.
Oh, 304.
Yeah, 100%. I saw it. I sent it.
How much did you want the guy?
Probably 30.
34,
or
yeah.
35, I think.
35, 34. That's
Or
still
both.
good.
I'm like, fuck, man, it's a convertible.
Yeah,
I
convertible.
know.
Coops.
Coops, always.
You know what's a good site?
Yeah.
Bring a trailer.
trailer?
That's a good. That's a very good. Who showed us that?
I showed you that.
Wasn't someone that
I
showed us
sent
that
you
on
the link
podcast?
of the 575.
Yeah,
and
but it wasn't
everything.
someone on the podcast that told us this.
I don't know.
If it is, I'm sorry, guys. I don't remember who it was. But I
If
remember
you ever
showing
have a
it on the
chance,
podcast.
just go and bring a trailer.
Bergen trailer.
Bring a
trailer.
Oh, bring a trailer.
Yeah,
Like,
sorry, bring a trailer.
Bergen trailers in Madison.
They got all kinds of random
Yeah,
cars.
random cars.
Like really
It's an auction.
good.
Oh, okay.
Who told me?
Wow,
My dad was
ridiculous.
looking at these too and stuff. Yeah, insane. Like you'll find some really
Yeah,
rare,
random cars.
random ass car, like an M3 E30 or something.
Yeah,
like
random.
Some cool shit. But yeah, I saw that Cobra man.
They had a
color was
575 Ferrari, stick, European spec, like 120,000. I'm like,
Just randomly.
Yeah,
Like,
these
it's
random
not
ass
these
cars.
You just have to get rid of them and shit.
Yeah, they've been storing for so long. They just want to. They
The
don't
car
want to
was
put them on.
6-speed, red interior, gray on the axle. I'm like,
You know what? I just thought of it.
yes.
Terminator Cobra was 35, but like a Shelby, like what's it
2010.
called? 2010
Yeah,
is
it's
the
like
same thing.
45,
It's a bit more. And you got 500. Was it 500?
550.
Don't forget, 2004 is the 25th anniversary edition too. So that keeps
You
the
think
value.
Yeah, you think.
All
But
threes and all
keeps-
fours are more sought
it's
out
also
for.
because they did
10,
only 2 years, eh?
10, 11,
2 years and they're over.
12s.
Those are the
Cobra.
GT500 you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
10, 11, 12 is the 550 horse. 2013, 2014 is a 600
Let's see if I have this picture.
and 600.
Let's see.
the solid. What's it
662.
called? The Super Snakes now. They're talking about now.
No, so in 10,
Snakes.
11, 12,
They were 555.
555.
Right.
550.
550.
550.
Okay,
and
yeah, I
then they made
remember.
the 660 horsepower one in 2013 and 14 with the 4 pipes in the back.
Oh yes.
You know what I'm
that's
talking
true.
about?
Yeah. But they
Yeah.
stopped making it for a while though, right?
15 there was nothing. 16 was GT350.
Yeah.
And now it's the 500. Well, you know, you've seen it, right? The
Yeah.
700, whatever
That's
it is.
called the Super Snake. That's what they're
No.
calling it. Then they're calling
No,
it
it's
that.
GT500. The Super Snake is a different. It's still Ford makes them, but it's a different.
I think somebody that
Shelby
probably-
makes them.
Okay.
Like pure,
Yeah,
like it's not a Ford sells. Ford sells the car, but
Shelby created the car.
Yeah, really makes the car.
Ford
But they have
version-
like a wide body Super Snake, 800 horsepower, 20, 12, 13.
Really?
Those
Wow.
years, yeah. I've only seen one driving on the street, wide
They're
body.
rare. They're really rare though. But they didn't. I don't see them on the road as often.
The $200,000
Which-
American the
really?
Super Snakes,
Jesus.
200,000.
200K USD. A Super Snake
When I was
made
working at the.
at like Shelby from America,
Yeah.
like shipped there to here, it's 200,000
Freaking-
USD.
Wow,
I
it's
get to
like
drive
a
it on everything.
supercar, man. But it
Yeah,
looks
because the
cool.
Shelby's
It's crazy,
100,000
that car.
almost. It's 80 G's. A Shelby.
Shit.
80. Well, the new ones are
I don't know
100,000.
it's that much when I get with showing me
Yeah.
this car.
Plus
and
to get the
everything.
extra package on
Insane
top,
car.
it's 100.
I'd say it becomes like a special car.
Yeah.
It's a production. It's not a production car.
It is. Well, no, it's not.
They take a production car
And
and
they
they
modify it.
Yeah,
they
modify it.
scrap it completely and rebuild it themselves.
Yeah, then
So-
they made the Shelby 1000.
What was it? The one that I saw, so ugly though, the colors that he had, it was white with red stripes. Nah, you don't buy a Mustang.
I
white
wouldn't
with
buy
red
it, but it looks cool. Whatever.
You don't buy
Yo,
a what?
A Mustang
white
in white.
with red stripes. Like it's not a. You know what I mean?
That's
It's
not the
a
color,
Mustang
yeah.
No,
Like
it's
It's
not
black with white
like,
stripes,
uh,
navy
where-
blue with white stripes.
Or you go white with blue stripes.
Bloops,
like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
A
like
regular-
typical.
Yeah.
Mustang. Did you
Like
watch
it
Ford?
pink that much.
Did you watch Ford versus Ferrari?
Second guy. It was last
didn't
week.
see it,
Joe
yeah.
told us the same thing.
Yeah.
We didn't. Is it good?
good.
It's
He told us to watch it.
on a
He
sound
goes,
system there on a sound system. Like
nice.
it's all V8. It's all V8. The whole time it's. I forget
to
back in
watch
the day
it.
the racing cars were all.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're incorporating the Shelby into all this.
Yeah.
So now we're talking about it.
But it was more around the GT, right? The Ford
GT40.
GT,
The GT40, yeah.
right? It was more around that,
1960.
right?
Yeah.
There was no. Did he show any Mustangs or anything like that? That he was because it's about Carl Shelby, right?
Yeah.
Did
No,
he show
but
any of them
AC
working
Cobras.
with- Okay, show AC Cobras.
Yeah, but I think there was one.
The Daytona
That I remember. I don't remember.
with the flat ass in the back.
I don't remember if it was in the movie. I'm trying to remember this. I watched it maybe I don't know beginning of the pandemic, if not before. So I completely. But the sound is incredible. I think it was
done well.
Yeah, it was really done well.
Everyone says the same thing.
Yeah.
It's telling us
So
to
yeah,
watch
but you guys
it.
are like racing guys and all this stuff.
I know, we just never-
I've never seen it.
No, I know,
I'm
but
not
it's
gonna
a
chance.
cool movie to watch.
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
a really cool movie to watch. It's not
It's not
nice.
Fast and Furious. Black Civics and neon lights, baby. Let's go.
Hey, you know what though? That's fucking old school as fuck.
I watched
Good.
it during like not long ago. It's on Netflix. You know,
But
all
there's almost all of
I
them on
know, I
Netflix.
watched the first one. Yo, it's so
It's good,
corny,
though.
but it's good. It's good.
But when we were kids, I was like, oh
You know,
shit.
what does he say, Vin Diesel? He goes, oh my god, you didn't win by an inch. Winning's winning. Whatever he says. Like at the end of that race, the first race,
At the
that we
beginning,
got
yeah,
with
whatever.
with
On the
he
drag
plays-
No, he said I
Yeah.
live my life a quarter mile.
No, that's at the end.
after the end.
That's,
yeah.
that's cheesy.
Yeah, I know.
He's like quarter mile at a time, bro.
He says it doesn't matter if you win an inch.
Or a mile, winning's winning.
Yeah, that's right.
Everyone. Oh, like
Yeah.
who's gonna do that? Who
Yeah.
said that at a car meet or at a race or anything?
Yeah, I
like
know.
that?
Well, drag race.
Now me,
oh.
that's what he said. Now me and the mad scientist got to replace the piston rings, you fried. And he's like, everyone, oh. It's
You know what's
so
funny in the
cheesy.
car? Then he drives the car like 2 minutes after, full pin when the cop's chasing him. The car is smoking like he just blew the engine.
He lost the
rips
floor
it.
panel.
Yeah.
The manifold cracked apparently on his
Yeah.
laptop there. Beep, beep, beep,
Yeah.
Manifold. I don't know.
Thing
how that, I don't know how
drops.
first of all, I don't know how that falls.
But that was
Your
the floor.
manifold- What?
That's the floor that fell.
But why is the floor falling and why is it saying
Yeah.
manifold? But there's, how you get a manifold thing from a
On the
laptop?
floor.
Where are you gonna get that? I've never seen that. Your manifold's cracked. It's cracked. Like,
It's just.
It's a movie, man.
It's a realistic.
Remember the bullshit?
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah. The washers, you see like it's
And he's like
washers.
stressed.
Yeah,
He
'cause
must have
he's going
shifted
too
300
fast.
times during all that, but he's still ripping
You ever
it.
see those memes of how many gears?
Yeah.
Fast and Furious gears in a regular gear?
Like 66 of them, yeah.
You see the thing just extended.
Hey, when it came out,
It's
was
still
fun
a
to
classic.
watch. It was still a classic. It just towards the end that I stopped watching them. I still watch
Too
them,
much, too
but I
much.
stopped because they
I didn't
started
watch the last
incorporating
one.
like a bit too much action.
yeah.
A
Like,
bit too much?
It became
I
action
don't know, the
movie.
tanks
Vin
and there's
Diesel.
fucking Hummers
What's the fourth one? He
across the
flies-
bridge.
Yeah.
Wow,
I didn't even see it.
seriously,
He catches the girl. does
man,
that-
yeah, like seriously.
That's the fifth one, I think.
But that's two
Or
bridges
sixth
too.
one,
It's
sixth
not
one.
even like he does that. He flies out the car,
Over a
grabs
bridge.
the girl over a bridge,
Yeah.
flip, and lands with her.
Like first of all, he's on the car like this, and he's about to jump. How are you standing on a car while driving at like 300 kilometers
And
an
he's holding
hour?
the steering wheel.
Yeah, and then he jumps across the bridge and lands on another car.
And the
Like,
car goes through the plane while it's exploding.
Yeah, but did we
It's like-
forget that he broke the parking lot with his foot?
He
What?
broke the parking lot with his foot.
It's true. What was that?
In the seventh one, I think.
I saw. I
Towards
I
the
watched that
end,
movie once. I only watched
The parking lot is cracking. I saw the movie
Yeah.
during the quarantine. I was watching it.
Yeah, he
The
stopped. It's like,
Like
a
the level to level
Yeah,
parking lot. Yeah,
And he
yeah.
steps in and the whole thing falls
Yeah,
down.
yeah. Like seriously.
Who is he? King Kong.
Yeah, that's it. Like,
No,
I
it's-
forgot about that.
I mean, a
they-
bulldozer could bring it down. Your foot's gonna bring it down.
I know they're there for 6 days, so they're dynamite breaking shit. This guy
Helicopter
boom,
flies
everything.
into it.
But it's not about the cars anymore. Like before at the
No.
beginning, it
That's
was
what
about
pissed
the
me off, yeah.
modification of the cars and the
Yo,
races.
especially the first one.
Yo,
The first one is cheesy.
became a
but
franchise.
You know, like he's working at that performance shop there.
Yeah.
Everything's real shit. Like he's talking about the Hitchcast blow up valves, Turbo Smart. What's it called? Those boost things. I forget. Anyways.
Turbo timers.
Turbo timers, Turbo Smart turbo timers. He's talking about all kinds of shit. You know when the Spanish guy goes in, yeah, I need this, I need
Yeah, yeah.
these engines, I need this.
And the parts
it's
pop up on the
all
screen.
real like shit and like shit that.
It was more about the cars. Now
It
it's
was
about
really about the
fucking Dubai jumping from one
Yeah,
fucking
oh my
building.
god, that's true. That car, that
Yo, they're trying to
bulletproof car.
maximize as much money as they can make. And
Yeah, of
because
course.
At the end of the day,
itself.
you can't blame them for it.
No,
It's a business.
They're trying to beat themselves in after every other
For
movie
sure.
because you have to always
Honestly.
outdo yourself in the next movie, right?
Yeah, but they should have just stopped.
I think, or they must have been
Like when that
focused
Paul
on
Walker, you know when they did that.
The sixth
separation
one.
thing?
yeah,
6 or
And
7.
that was
should've
enough. That
stopped.
was enough.
Yeah.
But now the Hobbs and Shaw franchise is coming out. so
Yeah, now
they're
The Rock
trying,
took
man.
over
They're
basically.
trying.
The Rock
They're
took over that
trying.
franchise.
Yeah, they're trying.
He was good, The Rock. When the first movie came
they
in,
make
he
money,
was a
man.
cool character.
But after that, he took over the whole franchise.
Remember
it wasn't
he
like
was
about
greasy, and that's
yeah.
the first episode. He was like lathered
I didn't
in
watch it.
Crisco or something. Bro. He was
That's
like,
Hobbs versus thing?
no, the first one that he shows up in Fast and Furious. When they're in
Five,
Brazil.
Fast
the-
Five,
the-
yeah. I like
bro,
that
he
one.
looks
That
like
was
he's
good.
sweating in every
That
single
one's still
thing.
about cars, though, I find.
Yeah,
That
that's
one's
a good
cool.
one. That's a cool.
Was 6, 7, it tips off.
I
a
think
bit.
the one that starts to really like get away is that one with the I think the British guy. You know, he has like a
Six.
car, like a cool car,
Six,
like a
six.
You know what I'm talking about? It's like a go
F1
kart
car.
almost.
F1 car.
Yeah, and he like
that's
flips
that.
people. Yeah,
That's
that's when I stopped watching. I was like, it's a
Yeah,
bit
it's a
much
bit
for
too
me.
much,
Then
yeah.
let her go.
The
She
fifth one
died.
was
She
the
came
last
back.
one.
He remembers her. She doesn't remember. It's like okay.
Okay,
yeah,
whatever.
it's
That's
like,
cool.
yeah.
That's
Now,
it.
but Hobbs and Shaw, like The Rock
It's fine. If you
and
change
Jason
it.
Statham, like it was good. If you went to
You
watch the
watched
movie,
it? No, I
yeah,
didn't watch
watched
it.
Yeah, that's good.
How's Jason Statham? Because wow,
I
man.
love him. I love
I
him.
love him too,
I love him
but
as
it's
an
been a
actor.
while, that's what I'm saying.
But they hate each other.
For real?
Yes, when they just hate each other.
Okay.
Like, but they have to be together to
Never
do
saw
certain
it.
things, and all they're doing is making fun of each other.
Oh, yeah?
So
Okay,
it's
so I'll
actually
watch
just
it.
like the comedy is actually it's like Kevin Hart and The Rock.
Yeah.
But now it's Jason British, but Jason Statham is like an action.
He's a savage.
He's
I
a
love
savage,
him.
right?
I
He's
love him.
like kick ass, whatever.
Drives
So you have him
rowdies.
and The Rock
Together.
together. So it's the action is
I
pretty
still think
good.
Jason Statham will win, no matter how big The Rock is.
I know
the
that,
weight
yeah,
of
for
martial
sure.
arts that this
Yeah, I
guy
know.
has, man.
He's a beast.
I agree. I agree.
What's the movie? Because movies, right? That there's the oil on the floor.
Oh,
And he has
Transporter.
it's transporter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he has the bike pedals or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah,
and he just
Transporter.
bang, and
That's
you
a
see-
sick movie.
oh my
Underestimated.
God.
The first one.
Is that the A8
And
that he
early
has?
no, 750.
That's
745.
Then he goes to Audi.
That's right. Yeah, I was to the
Sick
Audi.
cars.
Yeah.
The
That
first one was the
was
sickest one. Like during
I think
France.
so. Yeah.
And he has the
With
plate.
that, with that chick, with that chick there.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
With the Asian girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's in the trunk? I never asked.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yo, that's
Isn't
a
that
crazy
so-
movie.
Yeah.
That's
Dude, he
first
rings the
one.
doorbell to get his answer. He looks through the hole and you.
Yeah, he goes to the
He
door.
kicks through the door.
Both of them are actually they're good. The first one is always the best
And the
one.
second
there.
one's good too. The
Yeah, the
Miami.
second one. But after they changed, they had another guy.
No, the third
That's
one was
what
still
the third
him.
one was. The third
And
one
now
was
it's
good.
No.
now it's called Transporter Reloaded or Refueled.
No,
Yeah,
it's
it's a
1,
different
2,
No,
and the
three is
third
with
one.
him. The 3 is the
I don't-
Russian girl.
Really?
Yeah,
Is
she's
it
a
really?
short.
he's right.
I
Yeah,
watched
yeah,
those
yeah,
ones.
She's
That's the
she's
third
bro
one.
too. More Audis there.
It's after
Yeah.
the story's right.
Yeah, but after that's Reloaded is on
I didn't
Netflix.
watch
Yeah,
that with that
it's okay. The guy is not bad, whatever, but
Not
it's
Jason Statham.
no, he's not.
No.
That's
You
why
can't
he's
do
not.
what he
You
does,
can't do what he
yeah.
does. He's a kick-ass
Yo, the
guy.
first one, I love it. First one.
Yeah.
Then the Mercedes coming to at the end, the crazy 7
Oh
series.
yeah.
I love it. Like, sick. It's sick.
Dude,
Your car guys in
Fast
car
and the
movies.
Furious was sick. Is when you whip out the Touaregs. That I didn't expect.
That's the fifth one. With the
Insane. You know what I'm
machine
talking
guns on
about?
top?
The machine guns on top there.
Yeah, oh yeah, they're coming out together at the.
V10 diesel
yeah, the
Touaregs
V10
there.
diesels, man. Crazy. So we're at 120. We wrap it up.
Let's do it.
Gino,
Thanks for coming on.
camera number was two. Camera
That's
number
two.
Let
That's
them
two.
know
You gotta
where
look
to
at
find
it.
you, where you can get all your stuff.
It's what is it? What's the name of the Anchor.fm/AV Basics.
So basically anywhere you can find podcasts, right? You could get it on.
Yeah, you can on
Apple
Spotify,
Podcasts,
Spotify.
Like
It's all
us.
there.
Instagram.
Instagram is HTAV Solutions.
That's
Yeah,
it.
Facebook as well.
Facebook as well.
So you can find them anywhere, guys. We're gonna put it in the description as
Yeah.
usual. We're gonna,
So HT/AV.
if you guys need anything, installation, right? You do all the installation.
Yeah,
we didn't even get
it's-
into that like 100%. So you do all the installation,
Next
all
one
that.
we'll
stuff.
Yeah,
Save
it's
it.
basically like I said, anything. If you guys want to,
It's not just a podcast, guys. Sorry, I didn't say
Yeah,
that. We really
I have the
didn't,
podcast, but my side business is
Exactly.
installation of televisions, sound bars. You want a speaker setup. If you want me to go buy this the setup for you, or you want to go buy it yourself and you don't know what to buy, well, I'm a
like
consultant for
what
that.
you just did for Joe with the soundbar.
Oh,
Yeah, so for you is basically you owe me fucking.
About,
Now we're 20,
Keep it going.
so yeah, if you want to consult with me, I can tell you. I can go research things for you. If you guys don't know, want to know what's the best TV I can buy. It'll take me a while to research, but I need a budget point from that.
got
So yeah, so it comes down to that. We're talking about speakers. If you want to have a sit down, if you analyze your room, like what's the best setup I can have in this room, I can come over. We can talk about what you guys are thinking. What are your ideas? You want wires to be passed in the walls, ceiling speakers, even if it's for a kitchen or something, or stereo speakers. You don't know how to set it up. I give all that service.
Anything audio,
anything
visual,
audio visual. That's
is
why
Gino.
it's pretty much me.
And his podcast is just basically the basics.
Yeah, the
to
basics
that.
of how.
Because you're not going to learn that. You're not going to be able to
Right.
set up your own sound system after that,
Yeah.
right? That's why there's people like
Yeah.
him. So those are the basics if you want to just learn. But if you want to get further, get the setup going, get a nice, some nice sound.
Yeah, if you need
guys
help for
hit up
anything,
Gino.
just give me a call.
Consulting,
give me a buzz.
anything. He does it all, man. Honestly, it's good.
Thanks for
Proud of
having
you,
on,
proud of
man.
you.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Good
Really
job with the
appreciate
podcast. I really, honestly, I learned a lot of shit listening to your podcast. Keep it up.
it. Write it down.
I learned a lot of things in the past hour, so I mean, hey, this
That
is good.
too. So next week.
Let's do it.
Peace, guys.
Ciao,
Ciao, guys.
Peace.